Chicken horns.
Nice.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Naz and Jeff.
Yeah, and also Jeff. Happy birthday, Jeff.
Happy birthdays.
This is session 71 of Hell's Vengeance.
It's
Wait,
70, isn't it? It's
70.
I don't know. I just picked. I didn't
You were
know.
close.
Over 69. I knew it was over.
Nice.
We remember doing 69. That's
Yeah, we said nice for like a minute straight. It was great. But yeah, this is session 70 of our playthrough of Hell's Vengeance. This is the 30th section of this chapter. The other chapter was only 16 sessions, for what it's worth. We're almost double.
Right, but second chapter was almost 30.
Probably, I don't remember, but I'd have to look it up. But I don't doubt it.
Because we made up the town council.
You ran for city council and whatnot. It's true.
Yeah,
A lot of
We just run. We won.
You did win, and you got all your friends elected. You got like a halfling elected. It was great. Yeah. So who remembers what happened last session? Anybody but Naz? No.
Are you stupid?
No. What happened last session?
I don't recall exactly where we started, but I know that we were preparing for the ball and figuring stuff out, and we went shopping because Dern, in a surprising moment, decided that he understood commerce and that he was nervous about having to fight people without having access to scrolls because he understands commerce. So we liquidated some of our stock, and we bought some commerce, and we prepared to go to the ball. Most of us had a hat of disguise on, and most of us look pretty nice. We go to the ball. Dern is supposed to go on the side, and in typical Dern fashion, goes in the front. We all go in the front. Vors makes a very noble-esque request that we be announced appropriately, and they say, oh, yes, of course, and they announce us as we come in, and there's applause and a gasp, and we come in and have drinks and whatever. Lavasvia comes in, and there's a minor gasp and minor applause, significantly less applause than was given for us. We proceed to mingle. Vors... Lavasvia is very nice to Nero, and then very subtly threatens Vors. Iwin and Nero, and I've written some prose about this, notice that Lavasvia's shadow moves unnaturally, like Dracula in Bram Stoker's Dracula. There's something unnatural about the way it moves, and we're deciding that we have to be able to take care of that should that become an issue, because if we get in a fight, it's very easy to sneak that into the fight and cause a problem. Yes, we schmooze. Dern, in typical Dern fashion, goes and decides that he's going to run security in this place, and is off harassing the gang in the security office. Actually meets with the Duke and gives the Duke a hard time, and there's that. So then we dance. Vors dances well, and dances with a hot lady.
Burning hero point.
It's true. It's true. Burns a hero point to dance well with a hot lady who is of a higher house, and she's like, "Oh, you're so parochial. Yeah, aren't you a nice boy?" And pats him on the head, and they leave. Nero picks a homely young lady who has a relative who is a tiefling. He dances wonderfully, looking like he's about to fall over, and she dances terribly, and Nero saves her, and they laugh hysterically, and Nero gets a meeting to discuss, like, hey, let's use your relative to foment this rebellion because it'll be profitable for your family. And she's game, and they're going to set that up. Then, unexpectedly, Bob dances, which I expected to be a catastrophic failure and isn't. And on top of that, Bob dances with the hottest chick in the room. And she's a nobody, but she's crazy hot. And Bob dances with her and doesn't make a complete ass out of himself, and does okay. And she's totally not going to sleep with him, but she doesn't regard him as a complete ass, which is something.
Bob also got a hero point.
It's true.
On the way to dancing.
I should have voted for myself.
Well, no, didn't you get a bonus one? Was this the Nunya business, or is that the other
Yeah,
one?
just the Nunya hero point.
None you hero point. Yeah, that's right. And that's about it. We're figuring that something terrible is going to happen soon. Joe, about what time is it?
You guys got here around 8, I think. Is that accurate? That's when it opened. Did you show up a little bit late? I forget.
It was at least 45 minutes.
Yeah. So then, let's say you got there like.
I thought actually no, I remember saying something like ridiculous, like 75 minutes late.
Okay. Yeah. So it's probably like 10 or 10:30 then, because you were probably hanging around, dancing and talking for about an hour. So just again to describe the room. Well, first off, there's music. I can have the Fireball Baroque music.
Oh no. Lang. Null pointer exception.
Oh no. You probably got to close it if you're lucky. It won't let you read. If you're lucky, to let you close it. But don't worry, we'll have a new VTT soon. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be the best thing ever.
So are you gonna like code that one from scratch?
No, I've
Sync
already
RPG VTT 2.0.
No, it's not.
I demand a repair.
No, it's not happening. The whole thing's going away.
Sync RPG hotfix.
We're fixing it.
I'm not sure I'm familiar with what the word demand means.
There was no implied choice. Yes.
No longer asking.
Oh yeah, so there you go. There's some Baroque music if you can get it to work. Hopefully, Boris can get back in. And just kind of describe the ballroom. It's
Wait, did I disconnect from the server?
no, but you had a null pointer exception. I assume that means you were crashing.
Oh, I mean I hit close and then the chat stopped updating.
Oh, then you might have to quit and rejoin. Then I haven't seen you.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that.
Yeah. Okay. So the Duke's Grand Ballroom is lavish. The floor is crimson and black Arcadian marble, and the walls, fixtures, they're all mixed with a darker marble with a lighter stone, flickering with illusory flames. So the entire wall, all the walls look like they're on fire, but they're very visibly like illusions. So the entire ballroom looks like an expansive chamber that's like an elegant hellspace. And while the Demi-Baron's party that you were at was barely organized chaos, the Hellfire Ball is as orderly as a contract devil's wardrobe. Each guest is given a formal schedule of, when the dances and events will be held. Undertroops of servants, liveried halflings are running throughout the thing, getting you whatever you need. But it's not like Cavalderics. You're not going to be asking for drugs and things like this. This is a high society proper affair. But anything you could ask for is available within that sort of sphere. All of the guests are immaculately dressed, often in the red and black of the Empire. Notably, Lavasvia was wearing a blue dress, a very long blue thing. Over here, you can show the handout to see what Lavasvia looked like when you talk to her. There's very little mingling amongst the partygoers. They tend to clump up together in pockets of friends and cliques like that. As I said before, they basically hang out together in these little groups unless a dance happens, and then they mingle as you guys were mingling. That's the only time that these groups seem to be interacting at all. And then once they're done dancing, they go back to their groups and begin gossiping about the people they were talking to or deriding their rivals and things like that. So yeah, we finished up. You were talking to Lavasvia. She left. Her shadow was acting all weird. So she's going to go and move somewhere else. And so, Dern, you jumped into that conversation, right? They were talking to Lavasvia, and you were, like, patrolling.
I think I got in the way of her, right?
Did you, yeah, well, yeah, she definitely sneered at you, and you started talking to her, and she didn't understand why you were talking to her.
Right. I think I even whispered something very rude to her. I can't remember what it was.
Did you have any inkling as to what it was?
Oh, I think I said, like, that's why everyone's talking about you, or something.
Yeah, she doesn't like that. She kind of gets the sense that everybody is talking about her, and you've definitely heard that. Like, when she walked in, people were whispering rumors about, like, why is Niccolo not with her? Did he flee the city? Did she do something? Because she's known as a Black Widow. So there's all these stories, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. So she was very angry when you suggested that people could be talking about her. But she did stop to whisper to Vors. You guys had a back and forth. Remember what was said, Vors?
Yeah, I made some comment about enjoying head.
Yes. But you remember everything she said? Because this is all the same party. I want to make sure that it's like fresh in your brain.
Oh yeah, no, like she's pissed off. She knows what happened, and she's going to exact revenge on me because she's this lady.
Yes. But she also said that she said it was a pity your cousins couldn't take care of you. I may have bet on the wrong Avernus. I didn't think you had it in you to get ahead, and that started the head joking. And she says, no matter, be assured that I have made other arrangements, and that all that you have given will be repaid tenfold. And then she left saying enjoy the ball before bumping into Durham. Okay. So the ball continues, and there is a mix of this Baroque music playing and dances occasionally, and every once in a while they'll stop the music and have like the opera singer perform. And when that happens, no one's dancing to the opera music. It's basically like a performance that you watch and just enjoy. So there's a mix of that for a while. And after one of the opera performances, everybody begins clapping. And someone you know walks out of one of the sides over here.
Hey, by the way, I don't know if it's just me, but I'm looking at a view of the town right now.
Oh boy.
You gotta pick the hell ball,
Yeah,
the hellfire
well,
ball.
I should have dragged everybody there. Apologies. Is that better now?
Cool.
Is it loading?
Yeah,
Alright.
good.
So, out of the left side of those doors over there, you watch as Baroness Galinthia walks in, and she's got, like, all of these people orbiting her. All of these lesser nobles and courtiers and things like that are orbiting her. And she walks into the room loudly as people are just ending their clapping for the opera. And it's borderline rude, but just shy of it, in Ward's opinion. The way she walks in all loud and her gaggle of people are talking.
Technical question, Joe.
Yeah.
Is there any way that I can dismiss a warning without crashing the VTT?
I don't think so, which is what I was worried about.
Cool.
So is it just crashing every single time?
Well, if I don't close it, like I can like update the map, or I can see when you update the map, but I can't do anything.
Oh, this is awful.
Wars is dead. I get his.
Man.
When you join, you just get the error immediately, or do you? You don't even do anything. That's interesting.
No, I can launch the VTT, and then as soon as I connect to your server, it calls.
I guess you could paste me the error in Discord, but I don't know what I'm going to do to fix live like this.
You want the text, or you just want a screenshot of the?
Either will work.
Okay.
If you want, I can try to share my screen, and we can figure that out if that works.
Or we could just do pretensies, and
You could do the Theater of the Mind, aka Pretensies.
yeah. Can you load that map for me again, or bring me over there? Can you do that?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah. All right. If we just do that, then I'll be able to see where stuff is, and I can tell you what to roll for me.
Okay, fair enough. So as I was saying, an opera finishes, and as people are clapping, the Baroness Bramilla Galinthia walks out, and you got to imagine she has a bunch of people around her, and she just kind of stumbles into the middle of the room.
You roll, make an approach.
Nero's going in for the kill. Alright, is anybody going with Nero? Just Nero, everybody?
Was this lady at that rager?
No, this lady had her own party, and this is the one you waited outside. Vors went in and did a lot of talking, and you waited outside for some reason.
Right. That's why I don't know her. Okay.
Correct. So, Durin, also, after Lavasvia leaves, are you hanging out with your friends there, or are you going on your guard duty again, or what?
Dern will be doing guard duty far from the party, but every so often he'll wave over to the party, like whoever's looking, and he'll start signing. Like when no one's looking, he'll look around and be like, and he'll start like pretending to eat yes.
Eat the guests.
Yeah, and he's just fucking around, but doing his guard.
All right. So Nero's approaching the Baroness. Anybody else going with him?
Nah.
So you approach, and like I said, she's got like all these courtiers and nobles around her, She's in the middle of a cluster of busybodies and gossips. So as she sees you walking over, she gets really excited. She's got this like clown-like face. She's got like the bright red lips and the powdered white face, and the big like oddly colored red hair. And as she sees you, she lights up, Nero, Nero, and she actually like reaches out as if to grab you. She says, I was so excited today to hear about your exploits with the Bellflowers. Tell me everything. Spare no detail.
Nero will greet her a little more warmly than his stature would warrant, and will launch into whatever she wants to discuss. And basically, it's so nice to see you. I was hoping you would be here. I was hoping we would get to discuss what's going on. Blah, 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 blah.
So she's really interested in what you did today with the Bellflowers. We don't have to talk about it, but that's what she asks when you talk like that. And as before, she's very interested in all of the violence. Like, she wants to know, like, who did you fight? And when you talk about the halflings with the daggers, she's really interested in how many were there? Do you think it's a problem? Do you think others will rise?
Not after they see what we've done. And Nero basically will give her all the details on the violence, all the details of what everyone did, and then we'll sort of make a segue into like, and then, and explain about the Avernus intrigue.
So yeah, all of that really catches her attention, and she claps along, especially when you mention like any bit of ultra-violence. She's super into that, which is, again, it's weird for a noble to be super into it, but she is super into it. And as you're telling the story, she's looking around at all the people around her, like the gossips and the toadies and some lesser nobles of some stature, and she keeps reiterating, like, I told you about this guy. Remember I met him No, I told you about him. She's like playing it up, like, I found this guy a week ago, and I told you. And as you finish one of your stories, she's, I knew you were special when we first met a week ago. I saw your rise. I knew it would be meteoric. Soon you'll be swarmed by envoys from all the noble houses. Don't forget who is willing to support you first.
I would never.
And yeah, so she kind of eats up all your storytelling and is playing it up both to you and the people around her that she's great because she found you and she knew you would do great things. Even though she had no hand directly in what you did today at all, she's playing it off as like, oh, I knew these Thrune agents were among the top tier of Thrune agents.
And Nero gets the feel of that and is totally playing into it. Like, with your support gave me the boldness we needed to pursue this course of action.
Toss me a diplomacy check, but you're Nero, so it's going to be a Nero type roll. Yeah. So she's eating this up. Like, so again, you're playing right into her hand, and she looks at the others like, did you hear what he said? Like, I know. And basically, she's eating this all up. She loves it. And around this moment, Dern is pointing at Bob and, like, mimicking eating one of the nobles behind their backs. And the Baroness catches a glimpse of that. And she leans in close to you, Nero, and she says, I saw you talking to that one over there. And she looks ever so quickly at Dern, not gesturing at him. She says, the Whispers say he is a bodyguard of the Queen. Is that true? Do you know him?
I do. He was integral in helping us break up the Bellflower Network. He is an infinitely useful creature. I don't know what exactly was done to him to make him what he is, but...
What is he?
If I had to guess, they bound something into him. I've never seen a slave with the kind of leeway he has.
And she looks
to
at him
give you
now.
An idea of how useful.
She looks at him now more directly. She's actually sizing up and trying to understand what you're talking about. What does he do? What did he do? And you described a bunch of the violence. Did you mention Dern in some of the violence?
Oh, sure. I like him taking on the Naga by himself, and
that's him.
Sort of that is him.
Tell her I eat people too.
Did you tell her that?
Shush, you're not there.
Yeah.
He makes threats, and then, as outlandish as the threat may be, he carries it out.
Okay, so
let me tell you, and he leans in and he says, I've seen him eat a halfling, flesh and bone, simply because he promised it.
And she looks more excited than disgusted. You can tell there's a little bit of disgusted, but more excited than disgusted. And how long did that take?
Moments. I've never seen anything like it.
So yeah, so again, she's basically staring at Dern in disbelief at this point. And she looks back, and you swear this? She doesn't believe you. She's incredulous almost.
I do not lie.
Fair enough. So, yeah, so she keeps looking back at Dern, and says, and they say he's a bodyguard of the Queen. Is that true too?
I would tell you to ask to see his rune. It clearly identifies that he belongs to the Queen. He'll show you. Tell him I asked. He'll show you anything.
She nods and seems excited to take you up on that. And she says, I've also heard whispers about a special event happening at midnight, and with the bodyguard of the Queen, do you think she'll be making a grand entrance?
I can't pretend to know what the Queen will do. I would imagine that the Queen prepares for a multiple eventualities. Obviously, I'd love it if the Queen were here for the spectacle, but
oh, is it a spectacle?
you're a woman of refinement and power, and I don't want to mince words with you, but we all know that something's happening, and if my understanding of flair for dramatic is what it is, it's going to happen at midnight.
She waits for a moment and thinks about what you said and takes it to mean that you may think the Queen is coming. So she seems even more excited. Like something dramatic is happening and it's possible the Queen is coming. The bodyguards are here. So she begins clapping and like I hope you're right. And she says the Queen is a bit on the nose to show up to such an event at midnight, but the Queen, I guess you can't rule an infernal empire without some semblance of order and tradition.
It's true. Yes. Yeah, I'm sure there will be a spectacle at midnight.
No, she seems excited and happy. She still doesn't know what it is, but she confirms that people are whispering that something is happening. Yeah, so she talks to you briefly, a little bit longer. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, Nero will just basically mention that he's making ends with families with tieflings and that he's going to try to see if he can't wrangle some support for this revolt and blah, 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 blah.
Yep, and she nods and says in front of everybody that she had, like, her support is still there. Whatever you need, just come and ask. As I said before, again, she already previously agreed to help you with money and supplies for your rebellion. And she's like, yes, of course, as I said a week ago. And she says that last part really loud, as if, like, I was making deals with this guy weeks ago for this rebellion he's talking about now. And it's not a quiet rebellion anymore. It's you're talking loudly about the rebellion now. But yeah, so again, she kind of just milks you for any bits of violence you might have, but seemingly happy with the conversation. She wanders off to go gossip about somebody else.
Okay.
All right. Jordan, give me a perception check to see if you noticed that you got stared at.
Yes, sir. My God, there's so many people here. Oh, here I am. Oh, not so good.
Yeah, you didn't notice. She stared at you very directly, but still subtly enough that you didn't feel the eyes on you as you were mimicking eating somebody.
Yeah, okay.
Alright. So that goes over well. There's some more music. Nothing super interesting to dance to. And a little bit later, someone's going to show up. Does anybody want to do anything else with the guests that are around before something else happens?
So Nero basically Nero's going to stop with Vors, and whatever Vors is doing, say that whenever something happens, whenever what's going to happen happens, you need to have that necklace out, because we need to see what's around you. And he'll quickly relay that, like, Lavasvia's shadow, that's a perfect time to strike you if something else is going on and no one would notice. If your charm that creates light is out, no one will notice. or everyone will notice rather that something amiss is going on because they'll be able to see it.
My voice is so.
All right. So as you're talking, somebody enters the room. It is your best friend, Sethic. And as he enters the room, the halfling at the gate takes a look at his card, his invitation, and he is properly announcing Paraduke Thalgano Sethic. And there is clapping. Less than yours, but noticeably more than Lavasvia's. And he walks in and he raises one hand and he's kind of hobbled over, so he raises one hand and he bows. And he begins making a bit of the rounds, not as much as Lavasvia. She kind of bounced from click to click to click, kind of briefly. Thalgano is more lingering. He talks to people for a couple minutes, then moves on to another one. And do you want to interrupt him as he's doing his little rounds?
Only if he. Obviously, I would be watching him but
Okay.
Observing him to see whether he was looking my way. If he was, and hinted to me to come over at some point, that I would, but otherwise,
Okay.
patiently.
Give me a sense motive check as he's walking around. And both Bist and Mr. Thorpe are there. Despite their tokens, they have weapons. Oh, you need me to do it?
Yeah.
Got it. I realized it as I was talking over you. Sense motive, 27. Yeah, so he does glance at you for a moment, but you get the clear indication that, like, don't come yet. Like, he's talking to a bunch of people.
Yep.
Yeah, so you get the opinion.
Okay.
So both Bist and Mr. Thorpe are there, and despite the tokens, they don't actually have weapons on them. They walk in, and they're standing far enough behind Sethic that, not to get in this conversation, but close enough that if something goes wrong, they're there. And there are other bodyguards at the party, but not a whole lot. Like, there aren't, dozens of fighting people in the building, but there are enough in addition to the regular guards. So Sethic makes his rounds a little bit, and he goes from one group to another group. He's talking, and he's laughing a lot. He seems happy and jovial, and as he walks, from group to group, you guys can make a little bit of. You hear a little bit of talk in the air. Several people say that things appear to be looking up for him. He's dressed kind of finely. Do I have a thing for him? I do. Here is a thing you can see what Sethic looks like. He is dressed rather well, and he does have some visible jewelry on. He definitely seems to be doing well for himself from someone who came back from basically nothing. He's clawing his way back up. And he's definitely made a show of dressing lavishly, despite his decrepit condition. So you hear a bunch of people talking about how he must be doing well for himself. Several people also say that it's so odd to see him. You never see him, even before his incident with the Order of the Scourge, you never saw him come to events like this. He's usually just a recluse doing what he does. This really must be the social event of the year if he's coming, and maybe perhaps he knows that the Queen is coming, so there's more whispers about that. If Sethic is here, maybe he's heard something, maybe the Queen has told him something, and he wanted to be here for that. So there's a bunch of that kind of buzz. And so after Sethic contacts with several different cliques around the room, he approaches another one where he is basically warmly welcomed. Like, someone actually walks up and hugs the old man, and they begin talking over here. Sethic is over here. So there's a bunch of people around there. I'll put these two over here too. The Baroness is gone. Put her somewhere else. And Vors, now after a while of talking with them, he looks at you and he nods and just flicks his hand ever so slightly, as if you can come now if you want.
All right, so head over since he's my primary sponsor.
Okay. So Vors is heading over. None of you have actually interacted with Sethic, have? Oh, did you?
So some of them did a little bit, maybe when we were at the Citadel.
Oh, that's true. And also, before you guys left, did you talk to him at all? Like, he went in there, you guys waited at a bar. Did no one else talk to him?
I don't think so. I think we've left it up to Vors. Nero has distanced himself purposefully.
Okay. When you
In
were saying
fact,
something?
I was just going to say mostly no. Like it's pretty much been 95% Vors. So
Okay. I'm gonna roll a knowledge check for Vors, because when you walk up, he's talking with 4 people. You roll exceedingly well. So one of the people in the group is Vezio Colorix, which is a noble from a major Wistrani family, like the top 10 families in Cheliax. He's in like the top 8 or so, depending on how you measure the power. So he's talking to a very influential person from West Crown. He's talking to Vaisha Shura, which is that hot chick that Bob was dancing with. She's in this little clique.
Nice.
Nino Dola is a merchant who trades primarily in ore and refined metals. And Virgil Argus, who poses as a merchant, but Vor is rolling as well as he did, knows that although he claims to be a merchant, he is more famous for running like illegal gambling rooms, especially high-end, high-stakes gambling rooms. So like he has like an official front of he's a businessman, but he's primarily known in high-end noble circles as running these gambling rooms.
All right.
So Sethic invites you over, and he gestures to everybody. He introduces you. This is Vors Abernus. And I trust you all know who he is, and they all chuckle because you've been announced and everybody's talking about who you are.
Vors would, I guess, the proper honorifics, greet everybody by name.
That's good. Sethic didn't bother introducing them, and you managed to name them all with the proper honorifics. So they do appreciate all that. Especially in a setting like this, and as somebody of your stature, no offense, you did very well for yourself, and they are impressed, and they all bow. Especially Vaisha, who is not, again, she's from a decently powerful family, but she's like a nobody. So the fact that you know who Vaisha is important.
Mm-hmm.
So Sethic seems to like that. He seems to like the fact that you know a lot about what's going on. You're not just some muscle. You're connected. So he looks at you and says, "You've done it, boy. You've made a name for yourself in a way no one else could have."
I just need to give him the right opportunity. Thank you.
He nods and says, "Yeah, the rooting out of the bellflowers is commendable, but the display you've made of it is something else entirely. The dramatic flair of it, it's beautiful." And this is the peppiest and happiest you've ever seen him.
But yeah, I think like we really want to make a show of it to try to stymie any other roots that may have been growing.
And I'm sure you have. And not only that, you've caught the eye of everybody who's anybody in the capital city.
Really?
You're all anybody can talk about. He gestures around, and you can see that people are looking over. Like, he's being loud on purpose, and you can tell that people are very curious what's Sethic saying to this young upstart adventurer or whatever, Rune agent. So you're like, everybody is very curious about you.
Well, I usually try to keep a lower profile, but I guess I'll have to roll this time.
It's like he's like, not on this one. You roll with this one. You take this. Everyone's talking about you. There's no way the Queen hasn't heard your name by now.
Really?
I'm certain of it.
Have you held court with her recently?
Just not in the past 6 hours. but he's like, I'm certain about it. You're all anybody's talked about from every level that I've heard in the noble circles, the royal court. They're all talking about you. You, Nero, Iwan, Bob, and he's the other one.
Oh, Dern?
Yes, Dern, the slip. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, his name comes up a lot. He's apparently a servant of the Queen.
Yeah. Yes. Remarkably. I'm not sure any of us would believe it if he didn't have the rune on his chest.
How did you fall in with the likes of him?
I think we kind of just met when we were both like trailing the bear.
And so he seems very happy and upbeat. He's making conversation with you, and a little bit like the Baroness, he is talking up the fact that he knew you were something special. He's like, I found this guy. I had him doing jobs for me before he did this bellflower thing. He's always good. If you need somebody to take care of something quietly, and Dacia and Virgil are nodding along, like, oh, okay, so you got some quiet muscle here if we need it. And again, you've proven yourself to not just be muscle, but also you're smart. You get things done. You know when to have a flourish and when not to. So Sethic is talking you up in this group of somewhat shady people.
Yeah, it's just like I was. We met like not too long ago. Sethic. It was what in the Citadel, right?
Yeah. When you showed up,
Sorry,
I don't know how many days that was in the real world. Was it like a week and a
Yeah,
half, 2 weeks?
It was just like I was honored to have you pick us out of the line.
He's like, I saw something in you. The way you carried yourself, even then, even walking amongst all those other people lined up at the church, I knew something about you. And he seems proud of himself, just like the Baroness. He seems proud of himself that he picked out one of the good ones. Yeah, go ahead.
Vor's basically like try to do everything you can to basically back Sethic up and whatever claims he's making. Basically, try to make him look like the great, gracious sponsor that he has been.
Oh yeah, just like the Barons, he eats that up and he plays off of it to go even further. Like seeing that you will you'll back him up, he makes even more grandiose claims and things like that. He doesn't push too far. He doesn't want to insult you, but he's definitely like once you start going with it, he goes a little further. And everybody seems very much impressed. And again, he's been talking you up this whole time. And he's just he's proud to be in your presence. He's proud to have found you, and he's happy to be connected with you because you're going places, kid. Yeah, so what else do you want to say to Sethic? He continues talking up to the group, but unlike the Baroness, he doesn't care. He hasn't asked you once about what you did with the Bellflowers. Like, he knows the high line, he knows the headline, he doesn't care at all about what you actually did there.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, backing up, like, Boris would basically remember, or, like, say something to the effect of him, always remembering those who helped him and those who haven't.
Yeah. Fair enough. So, Sethic at some point during this, he orders wine. And it's presented, and you guys have had kind of an experience with wine recently. So, they do have the halfling servant that brought it drink it. And he looks at you and as if just to cheers your ongoing partnership, your continuing partnership.
I mean, it surprises me that you're drinking wine, so if you're having one, then I'm having one.
It's like, my stomach can take a little, not too much. And he raises it to you, and he will drink it first.
Are they getting halflings to test everyone's wine, or just the ones with Vors?
Well, no, so they have liveried servants. You can always ask the servant to test the thing. Also, if you brought one of your bodyguards, you could have had Biss drink it.
Right, but it's not commonplace.
I mean, they're nobles. I think they are. I think it would be kind of commonplace, yeah.
I mean, Vor's is definitely not drinking it without.
Yeah.
Oh, halfling testing it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so he
Halfling
toasts
never.
you, and if you will drink it, well, hopefully you'll drink it. But it's up to you. It would be somewhat impolite to have him toast you and drink it. It would be impolite.
Never trusted the DM when he says it.
It's true.
Describe the glass. Is it crystal?
Yes, it is a crystal goblet, and
Okay.
it has red wine in it, like dark red wine.
Alright. Fours. I will. Sure, Joe. I will. I'll make you happy.
It's
Take a
fine.
sip.
It's not poison. It's fine.
It literally is.
There's no way for me to say that without you thinking it is poison, but I promise it's not poison. And you drink it and are alive.
I'll take a sip, and like make sure that Seth sees me take a sip. So
Yeah, you take a polite sip, and he also takes a small sip because he's not drinking wine like Goblin eats. So yeah, you take a sip, and he seems very happy, and he again raises it to you to cheers, and he looks at everybody else and gestures to you like watch this guy, he's going places, and everybody nods, including Virgil seems to have taken an especially good interest in you, the guy that runs the illegal gambling rooms.
like an especially good.
Not especially in that way, but he seems more interested than everybody else. Like, he likes the idea of somebody who is smart and quiet, but has a flair when needed.
Yeah.
Alright. Anything else you want to do with Sethik?
I mean, at some point it came up in conversation like to have like some show sleight of hand thing. Boris would do that. He'd also, I don't know, like just to show his flourish and subtlety simultaneously, I guess.
Okay. Sure. So, while the conversation is going...
He'd also chat up the hottie if the opportunity arose.
Okay. So let's just say at some point during the conversation, you brought a dagger, right? Because you're allowed to have like ornamental type daggers. Did you bring one?
I have a silver dagger.
Okay. So if you want, you can kind of show off your ability to like pull it out real quick, hide it. Yeah, do a little finger thing. Yeah. So let's do a sleight of hand for that. Sleight of hand alphabetically. There you go. You roll a 38. So there you go. Yeah. So that knife dances on your fingers before you make it disappear. Like you and it's just gone again. So yeah, it's impressive. It's impressive knife work. And you're chatting up the hottie. So you're talking to Vaisha.
Does she like that?
Does she like Does she like the knife work? She seems impressed by the knife work, but that's not really what she's into. Again, she's a nobody in her house. Like, she's connected to an important family, but she is not a mover or a shaker in any way. She's basically just here to represent her family at an affair they either couldn't be at or didn't want to attend, which would seem unreasonable. But, Vors, you got a 26. So you chat well with Vaisha. Again, she doesn't seem interested in pursuing anything, but she does enjoy your conversation, and sees your value and sees you as an interesting person who is going to be doing interesting things.
Yeah.
And you don't make an ass of yourself, which is always good.
Yeah.
You rolled an 8, so there you go. Anything else you want to do with this circle of people?
Basically just like follow up with the gambler dude, or just like basically make sure that he knows how to contact everybody that he just chatted with, if
Okay.
needed. Like, especially like if they showed an interest, then like he would
Okay.
politely, or he'd make a note, be open to like meeting again without inviting himself over.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. You rolled well enough to do that subtly. And yeah, everybody is very interested in hanging out with you in the future. Working with you. So Vors finishes, and Sethik has basically found his clique, so he's hanging out there for the rest of the party for the most part.
And also, Boris would, if the opportunity arose, he would try to tip Sethik off to something happening.
What do you want to say or do?
I mean, like, if Ospia comes up, I'm not sure he would in this circle.
No, she didn't approach the area, despite the fact
No,
that you're talking
I meant like as a topic.
Oh,
Not
as a topic, yeah. Okay. Sure.
Yeah, Boris would try to hint to him that something was up, and make some comment about how she lurks in the shadows, and try to emphasize that more than normal.
Okay. So I'll make a bluff check to see if you convey that well. You do. Yeah, so you put the emphasis on the right syllable, and you make sure that you make sure that he understands what's going on. So when you first bring up Lavasca, he interrupts you briefly and almost like laughs at her. You see, she's alone, right? and like you go back and forth a little bit, and then you add the fact that something's up.
I mean, like, if you said like you see she's alone, I'd be like, I'm not sure she ever travels alone.
Good.
Yeah, basically like try to, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so he begins cracking jokes to his friends about like, oh, Niccolo must have got cold feet, or maybe she got to him early, and then you begin like kind of like seriously making jokes about like she never travels alone. About a shadow.
You can say, yeah, they say something about having a cold wind at her back and like gesture to Mr. Thorpe.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. So you bluff and drop enough correct hints for him to figure out what you're talking about, and he nods. He nods kind of almost somberly before moving back into a more jovial conversation with the people he's in.
Yeah. Wars would follow along, and like once he knew the point was made.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. So you exit the situation. Septic has been tipped off to something going on with Luvasia and her cold wind. And Mr. Thorpe doesn't like that either, but he didn't catch most of what you said.
Is Mr. Thorpe still in? I guess he would still be in his sling.
He has a sling, yes. He's a sling, and he's got like a nice ornate walking stick for his other hand.
Yeah. And, wait, I can't remember. This is Chris asking. Did he refuse to be healed?
Yes, he refused magical healing. Septic told you that he refused to be healed magically. Like, I think you brought it up, like, Nero could fix him, or we have potions if you need it. And he refused, like, Mr. Thorpe refuses to be healed with divine magic. Alright. So, Vors, you come back to the group. Dern is out being a police officer.
Dern is gonna Dern's gonna update Humio and say keep eyes on the blue one there.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so Humio's been running around. So ever since you told him that you were a Queen's Guard, and he kind of, again, he, like many people, is taking this to mean that the Queen may be coming. So he's kind of gotten into overdrive. Like, now the fact that the Queen could be here, and you've basically been calling his security shit, he's moving between groups, trying to get things organized, and like, we got to get this ready. If she comes in through this door, make sure this happens, and he's seemingly trying to get things in order. So you walk by, he begins walking by, and you say, hey, that one in the blue, watch out for her. And he looks a little too obviously, and says, who?
I'll say, my God, man. My God. No. Goddamn Moloch would strike you down. He says the one that's standing out.
Okay, and he tries to look more subtly, and you're right. Like, amongst the others, she is in blue, and most people are in black and red. Some other people are wearing other colors, but most people are wearing boring, traditional Chelish colors. Okay, and she says, why? Why should I watch for her?
She's wearing the wrong colors on red territory, and more importantly, there's something attached to her. But
attached to her?
Yeah, don't look too closely. But there's, I don't know, like a shadow person.
He seems confused. A shadow person attached to her?
Buddy, I don't know. just get your best guy and your worst guy together to watch her. Teach the rookie something, you know?
That's Joe laughing, not Humio. So Humio looks more confused than anything, but you are a member of the Queen's bodyguard, and you told him to do something, so he is going to take it very seriously. And he says, I will. I'll make sure she's watched.
Listen, do a good job tonight, and we'll get you a commendation.
He seems excited about that. He's from Black. He's in part of this house. He's not like a city guard or something like that. So he's
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not a guard. Oh, okay.
He's not a city guard. So he
well,
belongs...
you can still get a medal of Purple Heart or whatever the hell.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys could do something, or at least you could talk up to the Duke or something like that.
Yeah.
So you say that. He seems happy and proud at that idea. And he runs off to go do as you said. So he runs off in this direction to go get his best and worst guy. And so Dern is still off being a guard and just overseeing everything. Are you doing anything? So, like, I know you're talking to Humio. Are you sizing anybody up? Does anybody jump out at you? Anything you're looking for?
No, just suspicious people, and she's definitely suspicious. But if there's any other suspicious people, otherwise I'll just run the route. You know, just keep running the route.
May I interrupt for a moment? So Nero is going to be basically, unlike everyone else, is going to be bouncing group to group and like really working on his schmooze. And during the course of that, he's going to stop by Dern and basically make it clear that like Vors needs to have his bow before midnight.
Okay. Where is it, by the way? I have no idea.
You probably just have it slung on your back. It doesn't really matter because you can carry whatever you want. But
okay. What time is it right now?
It's after 10. It was 10:30 earlier, so now it's like 11:15. It's getting there. It's almost midnight.
Okay. Where do you want him to be at midnight or midnight-ish?
I want you to be near us at midnight-ish.
Nero, I definitely. But if the queen walks in, I have to run over like a little worm.
Of course.
Okay.
I'd bet you all the teeth in my mouth that the queen won't be here tonight.
I'll take you up on that. Teeth taste the best.
And I feel safe making that wager with you. So,
Okay, man. Okay, I'll.
that one over there, red hair, a little older.
The one that looks like her makeup was splashed on her face.
Maybe don't say something like that. If she wants to talk with you, I've talked you up about what a useful servant to the queen you are. She's very interested in violence. I'm sure that anything you have to say on the subject of violence, she'd love.
Okay, and he blushes, and he's like, "Oh, okay, fine, I guess." So,
She might come over. If she mentions my name, then yes, I told her about you.
okay, I'll make you proud. I'll make you proud. And he'll scurry off and keep being a good soldier.
Okay. And you reminded me. I forgot that the fact that you're bristling with weapons. Basically, you've got like the bow and all the you got everything, and you're not really.
I think I have
hiding it either.
everything.
You're running around with it, so you are garnering a lot of attention in this room. So like even the guards, like they have like one sword and maybe a crossbow or something like that, but you've got like a bow and a giant sword, and what else do you have? You have like Nero's mace.
Nero's mace.
No.
Iwan? No,
I don't need it.
nothing?
No. All right. So yeah, but
I was out of disguise, so
fair enough. Yeah, so you're
his
this
mallet.
halfling just kind of with a giant sword and a giant bow on your back, walking around in a suit, in a tux or whatever you're wearing. So you are garnering attention because like you're the only halfling here that's not a liveried servant for the most part. Like there are no other halflings walking around, so you are getting a good deal of attention, but no one's really talking to you or addressing you at all.
Yeah, he's not trying to talk to anyone. He doesn't care about these people unless he recognizes someone. He will not talk to anyone.
You would recognize Lavasvia because you stayed at her inn. I
Yeah, I
think
told
you've ever
her.
met Cephik.
No.
Yeah, so I don't think you've seen anybody else. But as Nero said, the Baroness does approach you at some point as you're walking by close to her. She kind of pushes her way out of all of the people in her orbit. And says, "You, Dern, is it?" As Shirag drops.
He's frozen. Yeah.
All right.
Dern doesn't
Hey,
speak.
hey, hang on. I'm back.
Dern
Okay.
sits there, mouth open.
My internet cycled. I don't know what happened. Sorry.
It's
So
all
she
good.
walks up to me.
She walks up to you and says, "Dern, is it?"
Yes.
She gestures vaguely in Nero's direction. Your friend Nero. He said you were a servant of the queen, a bodyguard of the queen.
Oh, you're Baroness something?
Yes, Baroness Galinthia. She smiles wide, like they call me Mama Barilla.
Dern likes that. He laughs. He's like hee hee hee.
And she says, "All my slips call me that."
Oh, okay, cool. Everyone calls me Dern.
And she says, "So you were a bodyguard of the queen? He says you had some sort of a rune."
Oh yeah. I do. Do you want to look at my stuff?
She giggles and says yes.
And Dern will show her the rune.
It's on your chest, right? So you like undo your buttons and like,
Yes,
your
he'll
chest.
gently undo his buttons.
And you make it glow because you have the option of it glowing or being invisible to only other Thrune agents.
Yeah, I'll make her glow. She looks like she's excited.
She is excited. She's titillated. And you bare your fuzzy halfling chest and you can see it. And it glows. And again, there is like an extra part. So like everybody has all the Thrune agents have this rune, but you have an extra part that signifies your property of the queen. And it's well known enough that she looks like shocked that this is true. Nero was telling the truth that you are at least property of the queen. And as you do this, other people begin like they stop their conversations and look over because there's a halfling taking off his shirt in the main dance floor. His chest starts glowing.
I'm trying to do it subtly, but okay, fine.
Well, you're catching enough attention, and she's talking loudly enough that people are looking around.
Okay.
And she said, "So you protect the queen? That's why you have weapons here?"
And he'll start fastening back up, and he'll look around like, oh god, yeah. That's why I have weapons. I need weapons.
And she almost kneels down. Does that mean she's coming? Do you know if she's coming tonight?
I don't know. I don't know. Whatever Nero says.
Nero didn't seem to know. He didn't seem to know, but implied that she might be coming. He says she plans for all eventualities, which is probably true, right?
Dern laughs and says, "Oh, Nero, he has all sorts of tricks."
She laughs a little bit, but she keeps pushing you. Who ordered you to come here? Did the queen order you here herself?
No, I got a ticket. I'm here
And-
to. I'm also here to party.
Oh!
Do you like to party?
I love balls and galas, yes.
Did you go to that other party?
Which other party?
Demi Baron something? That
Oh,
guy?
heavens no. Or I guess you'd say hells no. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, me neither, actually. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I don't think she's coming, or maybe she is. Who knows?
She seems dejected that you said that you don't think she's coming, but maybe she is. I hope so. Nero mentioned some sort of a spectacle at midnight, and I was hoping that she would be it.
Do you like violence?
Yes. Nero told me some things about you that seemed quite impossible.
Well, do you participate in violence?
She shakes her head. No, but I have seen the Theater of the Real several times.
Oh.
Make a knowledge
Yeah,
check.
you know, I do things if I do things. Just be careful when I start doing things, I guess.
Okay. Dern, you have no idea what the Theater of the Real is.
Like Dern has
Yeah, Dern doesn't know, and Shrog also doesn't know.
Shrug like has a vague idea, but
Oh. Yeah.
Dern doesn't know.
Yeah, so she begins asking you about the ultraviolence and the fact that Nero said you once ate a halfling in moments. And because you promised him you would.
Yeah,
She asked, how did such a promise come to be?
I don't know. The person when they were talking shit, and yeah, that's what happened. Talk shit, get eaten.
Yeah, so and she revels in the violence, and she asks you for a couple more stories, but we don't have to go through them all. But you have anything you want to highlight specifically?
No, he'll tell stuff of his younger days. He feels a little uncomfortable talking about his current stuff.
Okay.
Just till the notes come out, because I don't think there's any notes that came out about it.
Today was like
Just
literally
happened 2
hours
hours ago.
Yes.
Yeah. So Dern is not going to talk about what happened 2 hours ago.
Fair enough.
But he'll talk about his younger days. He'll talk about different types of things he's eaten.
Okay.
But he after he realizes that she didn't go to the party and is disgusted by that other party,
Yes.
he will answer her questions, but he is not interested in staying longer than he has to.
Fair enough. So she prods you a bit, especially when you start talking like, oh, you've eaten things, and she asks you a little bit about like he said you were fused with something, that something is bound to you. Do you give any ground on that? Do you even know?
Dern will intimidate her. He will his face will portions of his face will turn into what he's fused with.
Okay.
It won't say anything. I'll roll the roll. He won't say anything, and then he'll turn back, and then he'll say, maybe you should talk to my friend Bob. We have important work to do.
Oh. Yeah, so your face makes some weird stuff happen, and as you say we, like, your voice gets super deep. And she's terrified. Like, she actually jumps back, and you have the space to walk away and do. And before she can even react or say anything about it, you're gone. And she's back to, like, talking to her friends, but did you see that? And the servant of the queen has left. Alright.
Yeah, and he'll move on.
Alright, you have important things to do. And there is some minor chatter around, because a bunch of people did see that happen.
God damn, how close are these people?
This place is packed, despite the fact that there are only like a dozen tokens on here. Like, there's dozens of people in here.
I'm not used to crowded places anymore in my mind.
And people are all looking at each other. That's basically all they do. When they're not dancing, they're all staring at each other and talking shit about each other.
Mother wears underwear with dick holders in them.
Alright. And finally, the Duke, before midnight, it's like 11:30 now. The Duke comes by, and he's been busy with other people the entire time. But eventually he does make his way over to the party. And Duke Raven Milisiva, he shows up, and he gestures warmly to you. You, my honored guests, welcome, welcome. Sorry it's taking so long to speak with you.
You're the host of the party. I would assume that there's many things that need your attention.
He says, yes, indeed. And he looks around the room, and like again, everyone turns to look at him for a while too, because it's his party, it's his whole thing. It's like, it's not just the guests, it's everything that has to be going on, and the help can hardly do anything themselves. They keep coming to me with questions, and it's terrible.
Well, we wouldn't want a spectacle, would we?
Raises an eyebrow at you. Oh?
You know, the wrong person getting the wrong line, an affront to the queen, that sort of thing.
Certainly, yes. These people will take offense to anything. People of this class will take offense to anything. Toss me a knowledge check. I'll roll one for Vors, because everybody can do it. It's nobility specifically, but everybody can do it.
So
During
I got kicked out and need to get pulled back into the party so I can roll my roll.
Okay. How do... On the top right is a select map button. You can go between maps on the top right.
Oh, okay.
Hot pate on Raven Milisiva.
So, Vors, Nero, and Iwin, you all know a good deal about the Duke. You know that the Duke inherited his title when his father was arrested and excruciated for unsanctioned diplomacy with the Umbral Court of Nadal. In other words, disloyalty to House 3. He was making his own arrangements with Nadal without going through the proper channels of the Empire. You know that happened less than like 5 years ago, and the Duke has taken over ever since. He owns a his primary residence is. Let me find if I can find that place. I should. Right? Nope, I don't have any. Somewhere to the west, in a small, like barony, he has his primary estate and residence. And he inherited that 5 years ago when his father basically performed treason and was excruciated for his troubles. He's a fairly powerful duke. his family is fairly wealthy, and that's why he was able to retain his title despite the fact that his father committed treason. They're an important enough family that they couldn't just get rid of them. And that's pretty much all you know. So the Duke comes over, has his little talk with Nero, and then he looks at everybody else and he says, "I'm so happy you could attend. I know that the invitation was last minute, but it seems like everybody was waiting for them anyway, yes?"
I mean, how can somebody say no to something like this?
He nods and says, "And I just had to have the agents everyone in the court is talking about. If you weren't here, you'd be everything everybody was talking about. Where are they? What are they up to? I'm so glad you could be here."
Thank you. You know, we've met betrayal everywhere on the road. It's nice to meet someplace where we're warmly welcomed, where there's no betrayal going on, where we're not supposed to be met with some inopportune end.
Nudge, nudge.
Yeah, so he laughs at that. He says, "If you're looking to not be betrayed, Agorian may not be the place for you. This may be the crown jewel of the Empire," and he gestures to the room around him. "These people are piranhas. They would eat you alive if they could."
Well, and thus far, everyone who's betrayed us has met a very ignominious end, bar none.
Has been eaten alive.
Dern's not there to say that. Yeah. Because I've heard something. You claim the Archbaron betrayed you of Longacre?
Oh, I believe that's public record now. Someone of your standing surely has access to the dossier. His arrangement to carve out a part of Cheliax for himself.
Because I perused it. I didn't go through it deeply myself. I've been busy with this charade. Well, not charade. What do you call it? Party. Busy with these arrangements for this party.
Yeah, woe be to anyone that would side with that family, that would offer any support to that family.
He nods. You can give me some sense motive checks. And I'll do one for Vors, and you're studying him, so you get a +3. That's for you.
Thank you, Joe.
No problem. That's not very good. Bobbert, you're in this conversation too, Bob and Iwan, if you care.
Yeah, but every time Bob rolls, it's useless.
Crap mallet out, son.
Get your crab mallet.
Where the crab at?
That's pretty good, Bob.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's the
so
first thing Bob's done right all day.
Goddamn, Bob.
so Nero, he's basically answering you curtly and not directly, and you're not picking up anything untoward. Vors and Bob, you both get the sense that he doesn't really care at all about you. Like, he hasn't asked you at all about what went on about the thing. You get at the Bellflower area. You get the idea that you're just like a thing. You're a prop to him. You're here to be discussed and for the other nobles to talk about. And he doesn't care at all in any way about any of you.
So we should kill him.
I mean, I don't think you should attack the Duke at his own party, but that's up to you. But again,
Security sucks balls, so we could kill him.
Don't talk about Humio that way. He's doing his best and his worst.
Yeah, and his worst.
But you both get the impression that the way he's talking, he doesn't seem to care at all about you. You're like a prop to him tonight.
Well, I would have told you that.
Yeah, correct. But you get the distinct opinion. Like, other people have talked to you. I guess you weren't the ones talking to them. Well, Vors was. Like Sethik seemed genuinely interested in you. The Baroness seemed genuinely interested in you to Nero. This guy doesn't give any shits at all.
Does he give any shits about anything? Or is he just a fucking sociopath?
You don't know enough about him to answer the
No,
question.
I know, like, just like through the conversation, like, do we pick up on anything else?
Nothing you've said seems to interest you. Interest him. He's giving off this air of congeniality. He's trying to be nice and he's trying to be like a host. But like, he has asked you almost no questions at all about yourselves. And whenever you talk about something, like you try to bring up anything, he just basically changes the subject to what a horrible time organizing this party has been. He's somewhat narcissistic.
Vors would feed into that as much. he, as much as he could, just like probing for the details about how terrible it must have been to like have to plan this big party and to think that he has to do it annually. It must be such a burden.
Yeah. So I rolled diplomacy for you, rolled a 34. So yeah, so he feeds off that a little bit. So yeah, he kind of rambles for a little bit, but nothing's all that interesting. He explains like, oh, we had to get this seafood from this place, and this happened, and like he starts like ranting, and, like it's all inane bullshit, and you bring up the fact like, oh, it's that this has to happen annually. He's like, yes, of course, and I do this every year, and the same people bring up the same bullshit every year. You think you think I would know, you think I would have everything handled, but they file all these petitions and requests. Everything has to be this way, this has to be that way, and he's talking. I'm talking loudly, but he's talking quietly because he don't want to be insulting his guests. But he's like, yes, of course, and this person wants that, and he rambles for a while before a scribe comes again, and a scrivener comes up and begins asking him the question. And like when the scrivener comes up and like says, Duke, my Duke, my liege, you watch it, like he looks at you, Lord, and like his eyes go wide, like, you know what this is what I'm talking
like,
about.
Right?
It's like, right? And he turns, he says, what? And the guy gets up and whispers in his ear, and he looks at you a little shocked. He says, I have to go. I'll talk to you later. It's excellent to have you all here, and most of you know he's feigning that. It's excellent to have you all here. Please, anything you need, talk to any of the servants. And he goes off with the scrivener. Alright. It's now like 11:30, 11:45, so you guys have a little bit of time before whatever the midnight means. who could possibly know? It's like, I don't know.
Drop.
Yeah, it's gonna drop at
turn
midnight.
it-
You're gonna have to kiss.
So we'll turn into pumpkins.
Dern is going to. He's going to be anxious. And are there clocks here?
I don't know the time period. I'm gonna say no. I don't think there's clocks.
Show handout. Are there any clocks in the handout?
No,
Yeah.
there are no clocks.
There's clocks in the background of that picture you put.
So-
Of the,
Somehow Dern will keep asking people for the time. He'll be really anxious, and every 5 minutes he'll ask someone, "What time is it?" And when it hits 11:44, Dern is going to run to Vors, and he's going to say, "Hey, buddy, it's time. We got to stay together."
All right.
Okay. Yeah. So there's a schedule of
Introduce
events.
you to
So,
my
yeah.
friend Humio.
All right. So you get near Vors. You're gonna come back to the party. Dern is ending up next to you guys.
Hey Joe, can
Yes,
you
sir.
pull me back to the party map?
Sure.
Thank you.
No problem.
I don't know why. Like you can show me the party map, but you can't do it.
That's annoying. This won't be a problem in the future. Everything will be wonderful.
Sync RPG 3.0.
No.
Slate
No,
release.
it's
PG
gone.
3.0.
Don't. All right.
do it, you won't.
Anybody?
You heard it here first.
I won't. Is anybody doing anything else?
Nero's going to sort of edge himself toward the edge of things, thinking that things are going to take place in the middle, but stay within like spell range of the fam.
Fulvers is gonna keep an eye on the boss for you.
All right.
Your necklace, get it out.
What is this? Am I supposed to know what his necklace does? Because I'm not. Now I'm scared.
He's got. Everyone has continual flame.
Oh, okay, that's fine. All right.
So basically, if a shadow comes in and starts draining your life, it's going to be very visible that a shadow comes in and starts draining your life.
Fair enough. All right. So it was 11:46 or whatever, and Darren joined the party. And Darren, are you just giving Vors his bow?
I'm going to take it out and hold it in my left hand, and hold the bow and quiver in my left hand, and hold my sword in the right hand.
So you walk over there, like 12 minutes to midnight, draw out two weapons.
The sword I'm going to... No, I don't need to hold the sword, actually, because I can quick draw it, so I'm fine with that. No, the bow I'll hold with my left hand, and I'll just hold it, like... I'll be standing beside Vors and constantly, like, holding it out.
Good and awkward Darren, yes.
Good and awkward, yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing too subtle.
All right, yeah. So you are being noticed, and people begin murmuring because it is close to midnight now, and there is whispers going on that something's supposed to happen at midnight. It's been called a spectacle by some, apparently. So they see this halfling standing awkwardly behind a human holding a bow. One of the heroes of the day, who is a noted archer in all the talking.
Also, I make sure to tell him I'm holding the bow at this position because I know he's blind and cannot see the bow.
Well, he can sense
Totally.
them.
I can sense the bow.
Only if I start waving it around and like wind starts happening. But if it's still,
You just
He's like a
have to
Tyrannosaurus. He can't.
fart. You just have to fart and he'll see it.
okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
It
You're
just
like a
it's
bat.
some sound.
So there is
Lots
some
of people
gasping.
talking.
Yeah, there is some gasping
Yes.
and whispering around that seeing this halfling doing this, but it's close enough to midnight that people are beginning to suspect something's going on, and they begin kind of backing away from you and Vors. A couple more minutes pass. Are you taking the bow, or are you just gonna let him hold it there for like 10 minutes?
I don't want to let him hold it there for 10 minutes.
Definitely.
All right. So 10 more minutes pass, and it's midnight, and
Well,
as if
before
on
Force will take it.
I'm gonna call it the heavy-handedness. Sorry.
so right before midnight, the music stops as if on cue, like in the middle of a song. They just stop, and several of the people in the party begin like gesturing to others and ushering them to get to the sides of the room or to the balconies, and enough people seem to figure out that something's going on. Noticeably, no one is ushering you guys anywhere, but they go around you and they usher all the nobles to the sides or to the balconies above. And Lavasvia is one of the people ushered away, so is Sepik.
Shoot her with an arrow.
There's still
Immediately.
time. There's still time.
Can I cast a spell?
You can do whatever you want. That's happening, but yeah.
I'm going to activate my cloak displacement.
It's just active.
No. If you have it on, like active, you're blurry and weird. He distinctly did not have it on. He didn't want to be blurry and weird.
Nice.
I don't want to confuse people anymore.
Yeah.
Sounds weird.
His crab mallet.
He reaches over and reaches into that giant bag of Doritos or whatever Nas has been.
Yeah,
last
Nas,
20 minutes.
Whatever he's
And-
crunching on.
And he reaches over to Bob and like pokes to activate his cloak of displacement as well. Just gives it a little boot.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we'll say you can do like one or two things before something else happens. So if you want to cast any spells, let me know. Or if you're activating items, go ahead.
He dons his quiver and turns on his amulet or whatever.
Yep. So there's obviously a spectacle. So the music stops, people begin murmuring and ushering, and enough people are getting the gist of what's going on. And then...
Wait.
Yeah.
I guess that would get rid of that then.
What?
So that amulet, Nero, I have to wear that on my neck, correct?
It's just cast light, so it can be anything. That basically, like, it could be a ring, it could be a coin, it could be anything, but it casts bright light like a torch around you.
Okay,
So
yeah. I don't want it to be like an amulet. That would.
Yeah, and it doesn't interact with anything else that you're wearing. It's just something that casts light.
Yeah, he could have cast it on anything. He could have
A
made
pin,
like,
a brooch, whatever.
yeah,
Your bling,
whatever bling you're wearing.
your
Yeah.
chain.
36
Prince Albert.
chain. So people begin ushering off and whispering on the side. Nero casts some stuff, Jeff casts some stuff. And then the orchestra begins playing a noticeably different tune. So it was mostly like opera and boring Baroque music the entire time, which is rather on point for Cheliax. And it flares dramatic at midnight. And put that on loop. And from the main door, a barbed devil leaps into the room. And he jumps in, and he's got this, like, his tongue is dangling out of his mouth, and he looks around the room and he's like thrashing all around, and you hear the gasps from all the people on the side and in the balconies. And
Forrest like looks over at Darren and is like, "Fuck that guy."
here's a handout of
Totally,
what the Barb
I'll
Devil looks
fuck
like.
that guy.
Shrug, you weren't in the time, but
I heard
Forrest is
that
down.
you got skewered. Yes.
Yeah, by Dark Devil.
Yes.
And the party collectively burned 4 hero points to revive me.
Dern will say, yeah, I'll fuck that guy.
Make a knowledge arcana check if you care about that, Darren, because you didn't roll one yet. Everybody else rolled what they rolled already. But so that guy walks in and he's looking around the room and he sees you because you're the only people not on the edges, and he's like just growling, flailing his arms. And as you are watching that, someone walks in from under the stage. Like, so the stage basically had like a secret door, and he walks into the room. You see Vocadus Vex come in from the north, and there's a handout for him over here.
That's probably not good.
Can you post it in the Discord so I can see?
Oh, yeah.
Does he come out like fucking full armored up like that?
He comes out full fucking armored up like that. And the token has a sword, but he actually has a giant mace. So let me see if I can go to the art channel and find some.
That's not good.
Vocadus Vex looks like that. And the Barb Devil, I don't think I have this one. But you know what a Barb Devil looks like. Right? Yeah, I don't have a Barb Devil art off the top of my head.
Boars more than any of us knows what Barb Devil looks like.
Fair enough. Yeah. So Vocadus Vex walks in the room, and again, he's all in heavy armor, and he clanks in the room, clank, clank, clanking up this giant shield and his ridiculously large mace. He clanks into the room, and he gestures towards the party. He says, "You!" He sneers. "Villains! Blackguards! Assassins! You have murdered my king and dragged my family's name through the mud. Prepare for hell's judgment." And there's clapping all around the room, as if this is very exciting.
Man,
This is not what we expected at all.
who the fuck are you? And Dern will pull out his sword and say, Humio!
Humio is nowhere to be seen.
Humio.
Nero's going to try to talk to him, and you guys notice that as Nero's talking, he's gesturing much more than he usually would. Joe, I don't know if he's going to cut me off.
Well, what are you saying?
Nero's just basically saying, like, your cousin, I assume it's his cousin, right? His brother?
Cousin. Yep. Go.
Your cousin was proven to be disloyal to the crown. No one would make that statement about you, someone who's dedicated your life to the law.
Yeah, he
Nothing
begins to
would-
cut you off as you say that. He says, "Lies! All that fall from your mouth are lies." He says, "You stand before Vodicus Vex, Marilictor of the Order of the Scourge, cleanser of corruption and heresy. I hunt down those who pervert the law and truth to serve selfish ends. You are no more than that. I have been crushing the enemies of order beneath my boot for longer than any of you have been alive, and I will be doing it for decades after you die here tonight."
Is this where you want to fall? And Nero sort of echoes the word fall very hard. Joe, the come on, brain.
Go on, Brain.
Blessing of Fervor lets me cast spells in a silent manner
Oh,
if they're level 2 or less.
okay.
So if I can, Nero's going to cast command to command him to fall.
Okay, I don't like that. But go on. I'm gonna say yeah, you can, and then we'll roll initiative.
Sure.
But sure. So he's calling you out, and you try to cast silent spell. Command, and command is command you have to say what to do, and so you're. What did you say?
But I'm saying fall in the speech, yes.
Fair enough.
That was why I said that, though, right?
Fair enough. Yeah, you give the subject a single command, which it obeys. Okay. All right. And I have something, right? What do I have? Well, I'm just gonna roll it first, and then I'll see if I need something that I have. So will save. Yeah. He does not fall down. And then we'll roll initiative. Do you want? Is Brexter and Luzabub, are they in the fight?
Sure.
Okay.
Probably not. So, Maggie.
Who's above can be in the fight?
Boozabub should probably not be in the fight. But Boozabub should get a good, like she usually does. We get a good vantage point to watch
Okay.
for
So
replay later.
I'll move Boozabub away. I'll just put her up here in this balcony that she's up there.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
You want
Who's in the fight? What does Brexter do, Michael?
Brexter can start fires. He can do what he does.
He can start fires and he can shoot little fireballs, but he is not built for this.
He's not built for this.
He's the
There's
size
some
of a halfling.
carpet here that he can set the carpet on fire, though, right?
He could. He can set the carpet.
Okay, yeah. So then put him on the fucking list.
I mean, he's
That would be
on
great.
the list. All right. So he won initiative, and he very happily asked you, "What should I do, Master?"
Hold on, I'll tell you.
Don't you get him killed.
Don't get him killed, I swear to God.
Well, while you're figuring that out, I win. You can go. While he's trying to order.
I don't want him to do anything yet. Delay.
All right.
Oh, interesting. I didn't expect to win this. Well, let's see. What do I want to do? I will. Bar Devil or Human. I guess I will launch a Ray of Enfeeblement at the Bar Devil. Actually, probably him makes more sense. So, yeah.
Alright.
So, touch attack 24, which I assume probably hits.
That is a big hit on touch attack, yes.
So, roll a fort save, which he'll probably pass.
We'll find out. That's not the fourth button. This is the fourth button. Oh dear.
No. 6 strength.
23. Yeah. So he takes what?
6 strength.
Okay, that's not good. And I'm checking something, make sure I don't have a thing up against this, but I'm pretty sure I don't.
My
I don't
dog.
think Joe saw that coming.
Nope. That's fine. He's fine. He's got this. That's basically a -3 to his hidden damage,
Right.
amongst other things. But that's.
Does he become burdened?
I don't believe so. He has
He's
special.
wearing really heavy shit, too.
Well, Hell Knights have a ability for that specifically.
Okay.
You'll find out more about that soon if he survives.
Stay tuned.
So as you cast the magic, he sneers in your direction. And he shouts, "A Tinkertot who would play mage. I've heard of your little tricks, and I dare you to try such chicanery on me." And then you land a successful spell attack. Dern. You can
Dern,
move if you want, I went, sorry.
Yeah, I can step behind that pillar there.
Dern is going to he's going to use a swift action to Blood Rage, full form, and so everyone goes ooh. and like an anime character, he will dig into the ground, hit himself with a wand of fly, and blast off into the air.
Okay. So move where you want, be as high as you want. It's a pretty high ceiling. I don't know if it's like probably 25, 30 feet, so you can be high if you want.
Yeah, I'll be 20 feet.
Then you watch as Volcatus looks at you fly up. He says, "I have no quarrel with you, Slip. Go find your master."
Do you know where she is?
He looks at you, he doesn't understand the question.
Oh, okay.
He seems to not know. He seems to not know who you are.
I don't have elevation, I don't think.
Okay. How high do you want to be? Just tell me.
20 feet. 20 feet. Thank you.
And then it's Vorz's turn.
Does the Barb Devil appear to be
Oh, the Barber Devil isn't on initiative. That's dumb of me. Okay.
Do you need to re-roll that?
No, 14 is after you. It's fine.
Okay. I guess Force would just like unload on the guy. Hello.
Yeah. Oh, I do that, right. Of course. All right. Selection.
Do you have
so
my
you have
Do you have my
macros.
macro?
I do have
Do you
the
have my
macro. I don't know.
Jeff-
So, toggle
Jeff
deadly.
has my macro.
Toggle deadly aim. So, okay, red means on. Okay, so what are you using? Deadly aim,
Deadly aim.
blank,
Point.
you're in range.
Yeah.
And
Rapid shot. Many
rapid
shot.
shot. And you do not have haste? You do have haste because he casts Blessing of Fervor. Alright. And it's just the comp longbow pew pew button.
Well, you have to. Do you have to sync it, Jeff, or anything after that?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Jeff. You're talking on mute, Jeff, I think.
If it was initialized last session, it'll carry forward. But if you click it, it'll tell you what's on and what's not, so we'll know. Yeah, it looks like it worked.
Okay. So you shoot at him, and it says everything on it. So that is a miss, a hit. No, a miss, a hit, a miss, a miss. So 35 hits for 17 piercing damage.
Wait, is that? What was that 30? What was that 35?
It doesn't tell me because the thing isn't showing me. But I think it automatically detects crits, or it should.
It will, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not showing me the rolls, but that's Vors. Did you want to move at all? You can 5-foot step.
Yeah, I'm gonna 5-foot step back into that square that's between everybody.
That?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, fair enough. The Barb Devil goes. And I think it's going to lurch behind this pillar and begin chanting. Nero.
Do I know what he's casting?
He is plainly summoning something.
Okay. So Nero will cast high-level summoning. Get my sheet out so I can tell you what level it is. But he's going to be summoning lawful things, so they're going to pop out immediately.
Let's hope the website works. What are you summoning?
So he's going to summon 1d4 plus 1 Lantern Archons.
Website. It should, right? 1d4, so you get what is your 1d4?
And I'm going to roll it.
Come on, 1. Come on, 1.
Shut your whorish mouth.
Come on, 1.
2.
2? Oh,
So 3 total. I rolled 2.
Oh, plus 1. Got it. Alright, so you have 3 Lantern Archons.
So Nero will summon them as close to in the air over the Barb Devil as he can. And he just says, disrupt the summoning.
Alright.
And they can just blast away.
Zap, 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 zap. These are touchies, so 16 is magic number. That is a hit, hit, miss, miss, hit, hit. So 6 and 4 is 10. Those are both misses. It's 15 total. And does he make a concentration check for each time he takes damage?
I don't know how it works. I don't know how
think
you
it
want to do
totals,
it.
But I'll look it up. It'll only matter on his next turn. You can move if you want.
So Nero will just move like this.
Those quick summons are badass.
Yeah. And we'll just say, somebody disrupt the devil.
So Locatus is going to move. So he's going to move here, line up with you, Bob, and he takes out his giant mace and he just begins clanging it on his shield, intimidatingly. and he looks at you, Bob.
Does that do
as
damage to him?
No, he doesn't damage his own shield. He is hitting it pretty hard based on the noise. And he looks at you, Bob, and he says, "You there, in the garb of the Ashen Bull. You appear to worship the general of Hell's armies, but you reek with the tumult of a demon. Disorder drips from you like a slime. I shall sort this problem out for you, and we shall see who Hell truly favors. I know it was you who murdered my cousin. Asmodeus shared a vision with me of his last moments. You dragged his unconscious body through acid, murdering him so that he would be unable to argue against the slander you now bring before the royal court."
Oh yeah, we did do that, didn't we?
And he clangs his shield again, and he tries to intimidate everybody within 30 feet.
Okay.
He does.
Does he? I don't get to roll a save here or something?
No, it's just 10 plus your hit dice plus your wisdom.
Bitch
Same as you, dude. Same as you. No saves.
ass.
So he has intimidated everybody, and he is a Hell Knight. And they get a cool... Well, he's also a Cavalier and a Hell Knight. He gets a cool feature where instead of making you staggered, or whatever, what's the one? Shaken, he can make you frightened. So everybody but Bob is frightened, which is the run away as fast as you can state. And Bob, you're just shaken. Let me give you those items. So he clangs his shield and calls you out, Bob. And that's all he does.
Alrighty then.
And you watch as all your you're afraid, and everybody else around you begins freaking out.
Can
Bob?
Rexter come off that delay that I put him on?
Yes, but he's terrified now.
Oh, fuck. Alright, never mind. Okay, so it's my turn then.
It is your turn then.
I'm gonna go hit him.
Are you charging or just walking?
I'm just gonna walk on up there.
Okay. Clank, clank, clank.
Mosey on up.
All right. You have a -2 to all your d20s because you're scared.
Yep, it doesn't matter.
That is a hit just barely. For 20.
No, I'm not finished.
Oh yeah, here we go.
He takes the fire damage. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm still not finished.
I think that might be enough. Let me see. 10 plus that plus wisdom. Yeah. So he's also shaken.
So I start hitting myself with the crab mallet.
Is it big now or it's still tiny?
I'm pretty sure it's big now.
Okay.
I don't know how that works, but I think with glamored weapons, I think they become visible when you change.
I'm gonna role play it like it's still a crab mallet.
Okay,
So
that's fine. I'm pretty sure my helmet doesn't have anything against being afraid of things. Let me check though. No. Force of will does not do that.
put his bitch ass in the smoke. He don't want this smoke.
Yes, there is smoke. And what does the smoke do?
Makes him cough, I assume.
Well, you got to tell me what it does. So I need to know my turn.
It's Corona smoke.
Corona smoke. All right, so you're done, Bobbert the Zubert. Rexter needs to flee as fast as he is able to.
Joe, can we take a 2-second break?
Sure.
Or 2 minute?
Sure. You can take a minute break if you want. Right
We'll be back. Shout out to our sponsors. Nobody.
Shout out to our sponsors. Nobody. Where the hell is the login? You just said we were promised.
Yeah.
They're working on it.
Georgia girl, send us beer and
Georgia girl owes us beer.
back. We out here.
We're back here. We out here. Without Lagunitas, I'll have you know.
Shout out White Claw. I hear you're good.
Shout out Balls.
You can drink it and find out.
Shout out Balls.
Yeah.
Balls has sponsored things for me before in the past. Maybe they'll sponsor this.
All right, top of the order, Brexter goes, and if you're frightened, you have to flee as fast as you can, as you're physically able to.
Bob yells, "Calm down."
Brexter does not care that you'll calm down. It didn't work. So Brexter can actually jump into fires. So you watch as Brexter like arcs as a flame over to here instantaneously, and then begins to run out the door. Brexter wants bye-bye. Iwin, you also want to leave as fast as you are able to. What form would that take?
Probably a dimensional, whatever it is, slide. A teleport. This. So, but so I can move 110 feet with that.
Sure, I'll read you the exact text just in case. A frightened creature flees from the source of its sphere as best it can. If unable to flee, it may fight. A frightened creature takes a -2 penalty on attack rolls. A frightened creature must use special. A frightened creature can use special abilities, including spells, to flee. Indeed, the creature must use them if they have the only way to escape. So I guess you could just run. You're not forced to use your abilities, unless you think you have to.
Well, I mean, if I'm trying to play it honestly, right? If I'm supposed to get out, that's what I should do, I think.
Okay. So Iwin rips open the fabric of time and space and walks through to where?
That's kind of. I mean, is the front door open?
It's not locked. Well, Brexer just burst through it, so I'm gonna say yes, it's open.
So then that's where she would presumably go out that front door.
Okay. So you just bamf out the door.
Yeah, I mean, what is the distance? Yeah, so 50 feet outside the door.
Okay. That plus 50 feet. All right. Durin, you're also afraid, and you're flying, which is great. So you gotta go as fast as you can.
What's his radius?
30 feet.
Aren't I far? I'm 20 feet up, 20 feet over.
They don't do diagonals in Pathfinder. They don't do the hypotenuse.
Hypotenuse? That's some
They
bullshit.
do fucking trigonometry.
They do not force people playing the game to do trigonometry.
I'm like 22 over and 22 up.
You are
Therefore,
within
I'm
range
over
as
30.
per Pathfinder law.
All right. Can I can I hero point to get out of this or no?
No, there was no save involved.
How long does this last? Do I know that?
Does Shirag know, or does
Does Dern know? Chirag has no idea.
This is not magic. This is the sort of intimidation you do. So he was terrifying. He rolled a 41. That I don't think you might have rolled 30s. I don't think if you rolled the 40.
I just hate
he
looking.
was terrifying. And you are scared for your life. You think this is not just a 1 or 2 round sort of thing. You want to get away as fast as you can.
Okay, I mean, I guess I have no choice, right?
We also have haste, so we can get away.
So you're moving
Even
really fast.
faster.
So he has a 60-foot move speed plus 30 feet from haste. Is that what's happening? Are you flying 90 feet times at least 2 or 3 if you go in a straight line?
I'm using my hasted action to do something else.
You have to flee as fast as you can. Hasted action. You don't get an extra action.
Or no, like the haste thing, you can pick one of 3 things, right?
Well, you have to pick
Yeah,
one that gets
like
you the way the
you
furthest.
have to pick fleeting.
You have
Able to
run away.
flee?
You
Yeah,
have
I
no
guess I
control.
flee.
You have to
Which
run
way
away.
Which way do I flee?
Away from the source of your terror. You want to get
Okay.
as far away from Vodicus as you can. Look at this.
Would you wait, question for Dern. Would he
Yeah.
safest with Humio?
No. Humio sucks. Humio's not even here. Humio sucks bad. I also assume the rest of the party flee. Dern actually doesn't want to feel like a bitch.
But you're terrified. It's again, you don't get to
Terrified.
choose not to. You feel like a bitch. You feel this guy scared the shit out of you. He walked up there, said some shit, and banged his shield, and you want out. More than anything, you want out.
Dern will fly to the corner because he does not want to cross paths with him.
Okay.
I assume he wouldn't, right?
That's so you're just gonna go up there and like cower in the corner at the balcony.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly up and over.
Okay. And while you're up there, you do see that the Duke is over here. He's watching, but he's not like hanging over the edge, super excited about it. He's watching almost passively. You see, there are other nobles, including Sethic, like they've gone up to the balconies, and they're very much interested in the spectacle, as it's been called.
Just out of curiosity, like when he does the intimidate, is it targeted or does everybody around? Like
Everybody
nobles?
within 30 feet of him.
So the nobles too.
If they're nobles within 30 feet of him, that's a good point. Yes.
Definitely.
Then yeah.
Mass
So
exodus at this point.
yeah. So we'll just say that they're going to be running. We'll say at the end of initiative.
Could matter. So that's the only reason I asked.
It's true. It's a valid point. So Vors, you're also terrified.
He's also remembers fucking Barb Devil, so he probably wouldn't. He'd probably run up the stairs to the right over there.
Okay. So
This way, Wars?
to
Yeah.
the right. So up those stairs.
I mean, like,
Or
most
the balcony.
obvious,
Or are you going to
Yeah.
the balcony? Which one?
probably a balcony. Like, he'd probably want to leave the room. So like,
you're
right.
pretty sure that he can't fly or anything like that. So yeah, let's just say you move. What's your speed? And is it 90 feet? No, it's 60 feet because you're not flying, right?
Right. I mean, it's usually It's 60.
So like so you basically run up
Plus-
to the balcony and you get to the top. Or no,
Plus-
maybe you'd hang out in the corner because you're afraid.
Yep.
Alright, so that's that. Then the Barb Devil goes, and I need to figure out... I'm pretty sure I roll individual checks when you take damage. Right? What's my caster level? Too many tabs on there. Alright, so it's 1d20 plus caster level as a concentration check. Does my caster stat come into it? I should really know this by now. Good GM would know this. Concentration. Add your caster level and your ability score modifier. Okay. So his ability score modifier is a 4. Alright, so let's just roll a bunch of them and see how bad I get. I think I took 4 hits. I don't think a 22 is enough to lose it. Right? Let's see. Injury. It's DC plus 10 plus the damage taken plus the level of the spell you're casting. So a 23 should still be good enough, right? 22 is my lowest one. So what damages did I take?
Well, doesn't it? It takes into account the damage, like, against the roll, so... Right, that's what you just said.
Yeah. Well, the DC is part of it. Yeah. So the DC is 10 plus the damage taken plus the level of the spell you're casting. So the worst one that I got was the second one was a 22, and I took 4 damage for that one. So 4 plus 10 plus 12. Yes, I made that one, and the third one was I took 3. So yeah, I made them all. So he manages to hold on to his spell, and then it goes off, and you hear the telltale.
Is it double the damage?
Is it double? 10 plus the damage taken plus the level of the spell you're casting.
Okay, I thought it was double something rather. Maybe I'm thinking of
One of them is
concentration.
double. I forget what.
Oh, it's
Wait,
it's cast defensively. That's what it is.
Does Nero get any, like, damage bonuses for his summons that weren't taken into account?
No, that's strength though. He gets strength and constitution for them, and these aren't strength attacks. But you're right. He does have that too.
Okay.
So you hear the telltale that, and a second Barb Devil appears.
How they do.
That is how they do. And this one appears adjacent to Bob,
No, he's fucked.
and he's going to thrash on you immediately.
Relax.
Those are all misses. You have an AC of 22, 24, so those are all misses. And then the Barb Devil himself goes, and this one moves up behind you and is in a flank with you. And
This is another one of those episodes where Bob dies.
Yep.
we'll see.
We're also all gonna die. So.
No doubt, dude.
Has
You're dead.
a
No doubt.
+4 from being in a flank. So
Can't wait to see
They did a lot of damage.
Zob El Bob.
He did.
Zob Elbow.
So those are both hits, and those are damages. So 24.
Cloak of displacement.
Bob is displacing,
Oh,
brother.
oh, hold on. Yes, we do have that. Thanks for remembering that, Bob.
Bob remembers everything that's on him all
So
the time.
it's a 20% is good. It's a 20% displacement. Yes.
Bob?
No. Yes.
Bobby.
Yeah, 1 out of 5. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just roll D100. Low is good for him. That
Ooh.
is.
Yeah,
good.
fuck you.
That
Oh,
is good.
alright.
So the second one. Is, so the 29 does hit.
You don't have just take that like a man? Wow.
He just took it like a man. So he tries to grab you with his claw. 28 is not good enough. Flanking doesn't help grappling, right? I don't think so. I don't know. We're gonna say no. And you need to make a will save, Bob. Because he's very
Yes.
scary.
This again,
You
eh?
did. You're fine. You're doing great. All right, Nero, you're afraid.
Can I handle the devil?
No, you cannot handle the devil. You're scared.
This is among my least favorite. I mean, I just book it. I'll just book it. Tell me how many rounds I got to book it for. I'll just book it.
You need to book it. Your DC was a 21. 10 plus your level plus your wisdom was a 21. And he rolled a 41. You will be booking it for 4 turns.
Okay. So I will be hundreds and hundreds of feet away before I recover. So I'm basically out. So peace out, Bob. You're dead, dude.
Bob, get out of there, Bobby.
Your Archons, I guess, will blast the same one they were blasting.
And unless I can give them a command, then yeah, they'll blast the same one.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, would you run away or would you run and hide? Like Boars and Durham.
He'd definitely run away.
Commitment to role playing.
I hate these kind of effects.
Yep. Miss, hit, miss, hit. So 4 and 4 is 8.
So you guys don't want to stay and fight?
I mean, I want to. but-
You're the only one fighting, so this is not good.
Volcatus Vex goes. He has a -3 to hit and damage because of his strength drain, and a -2 because he's shaken. Before he attacks, he does boast. He looks around at the room, and you can see that the nobles on the wall some of them are terrified and they're beginning to make their moves. But he looks up specifically at the ones in the balcony, which he assumes are the higher class guests. And he says, "These are your so-called heroes, the brave heroes of the Empire. They've made grand claims of their alleged achievements, but watch how they scurry. Do you believe them to be half of what they claim to be? Or are they mere opportunists, cutthroats who will do anything and kill anyone for glory and renown? They and their lies will be put to rest here." And then he raises his mace to utterly destroy you. What does the whatever the stuff do?
What does the fox
The
say?
smoke. The smoke.
What does the fox say?
What does the smoke do?
The smoke.
Stuff.
He's
He
gonna
rolls
move
a
out of
fort
it.
save.
Does it affect? Does it? Okay, he makes a fort save. Well, that's the first.
Makes a fort save. DC 16.
All right.
Crushes it.
Does it
Absolutely.
affect his vision? Like, does he have to move
That's
out of
it. Yeah, Claude would do stuff if he doesn't make that save.
Okay. Well, then he's just gonna smack the crap.
Holy shit.
Oh my god, those are big hits.
That middle one's a threat.
Yeah.
Why are you killing your brother? Every
Go for the
single
TPK.
time.
Remember, like Boris gave me the idea. If I kill all of you, we can start a new campaign.
And you don't have to use sync RPG.
With a good VTT.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you are a human. Last I checked. So you take 19 plus 9 is 28. He didn't officially challenge you, so I won't do that yet.
Wait, did he displace?
What?
didn't roll the
hold
displacement
on.
roll.
He didn't roll the
Displacement.
displacement check. There you go. So let's see. That's hit, miss. So he needs to see if he displaces. So 1. Oh, 20 is exact. 1 to 20 is good. Yeah.
1 to 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. So only the
Fuck
first.
you.
One, only the first one hits. But that is the 28 we just talked about. So 28.
You just avoided a crit, so
It's true. You did avoid a crit with it. And you need to. Oh no, he's automatically intimidates you. He has your feat too.
Someone that's reduced by the strength damage,
Oh
right?
yeah. Minus 3. So hold on. So he heals 3 more. But also, does that hit miss? No, he's 36. So yes, good call. I forgot. Plus minus 2, so 34. I gotta remember that. But yes, that's still a hit. And there you go. All right, so you are intimidated for longer, but it's just he doesn't want to make you run away. He's just making you scared like him. All right, Bob, you're going toe to toe. What you got? It's the Bob show.
Groceries?
Yeah, the groceries are here. They literally are. I'm gonna get big.
How do you do that?
Carefully.
Do you cast enlarge person?
Yeah.
Because A, that's casting a spell in melee combat. And
Alright,
B,
fine, then I'm not doing it.
The
Fine.
casting time is 1 round, so you don't even get big now. You get big.
I'm gonna smack Fex, and then I'm gonna start running away.
You're gonna what?
Smack the boy.
You're gonna smack
Matt,
him
let
once, gonna move?
You don't have to
Wait,
decide immediately when you smack whether or not you do all your smacks, but yeah.
Well, if you do, you have to roll them separately, technically, but yes.
Right.
So, like, you're gonna provoke so many attacks of opportunity.
Yes, if you leave,
Alright.
you're gonna get sliced.
He's also
Alright,
he's
fine.
also gonna die if he stays, but it's
Gonna die.
let him do what he wants to do. Let him do what he wants.
I'm gonna die
Bob.
in hero, boys.
Bob, do the thing you said you're gonna do. Hit that guy. Hit him hard.
I'm hitting Fex as hard as I can, as many times as you let me.
Okay.
Call out to Moloch.
Yes. Call out to melee. Mayhay.
Dear Maha, no. I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck I would pray for. Moloch, show this man that I'm the better one. Or
If
something.
you want to get big, I will let you use a hero point to do it as an action, but you can't get big and attack. So
No, I
like,
don't
you can
do
just
that.
get big
I
and
don't want to do
die.
that. I don't want to do that.
Make it
You
big
have
and
hero
run.
points, so if a hero point helps you here, think
Here we go, boys. One.
Smack him.
Out here. Oh, big hit. Big hit.
Oh yeah, that's a hit, a miss, and a miss. You have. Are you using your haste ability to?
Yeah,
roll
I
for
wanna hit
attacks, or
again.
make another again. Okay, go ahead, roll again. That is a miss, but you hit him.
Can I
with
use a
first
hero
strike.
point to reroll that?
What?
You can use the hero point to attack again or to reroll that.
So,
It's effectively the same thing, I guess.
It doesn't matter, right?
If you want to do it again, it's up to you.
how many hit points do you have?
Enough.
Remember, you need 2 to not die. That's the hit. So you hit twice now for 24 and 22, which is 46.
Plus, he's not done.
He's not done.
Alright.
Go
Oh yeah, just roll.
I'll
roll
roll.
the-
I'll roll your fire damage, sir. 9 fire damage. He takes it.
And intimidate.
Yeah, he's just shaking for longer. They're going to be shaking this whole fight. They're just going to keep
Shook.
shaking each other. I think that's still good enough. Yeah. Everybody else is running. It's just them. Unless somebody has something else they want to do. But the barbed stuff. And I think let's see what happens here. Those are both hits for 25 and 30, and it's 55.
What? Displacement.
Oh
Oh
my God.
man, I'm really bad at that.
For real?
We need it, Joe. You're about to kill
I'm
Bob.
trying to kill him. I rolled a 1 and a 32, so only 1 hits. So 25.
AC 24? How
Sorry?
are those? Did I miss something? Isn't his AC 24?
He is flanking, and Fex has a.
Oh, that guy.
Yes.
Okay,
This
sorry. I
one
thought it was
first.
the other one.
Yeah, this
Okay.
one first. So
Got it.
The first one hits for 25. And he tries to grab.
Oh,
God.
He
Oh,
succeeds.
God.
So he is grappled with you. And he also makes a will save.
It'd be awesome if you killed him while he was going to get groceries. Like,
I feel like I don't want to do that, but
You
so-
are going to kill your brother. While
The
he's
Barb
right.
Devil 2 is also going to thrash on him. He's not flanking. Those are both misses because he's not flanking.
Praise Jesus.
Hail Moloch. And so there's gasping, and there's a mix of cheering and like just shock because like people are watching these devils eviscerate this guy. Everybody else ran. All the heroes everyone's been talking about ran out of the room as fast as they could and abandoned.
Most of the buildings were cleared out, too.
Yes, correct.
Right, yeah.
At the end of this initiative, I'm going to say that they're all gone. But the people in the balconies weren't affected, and they're all watching.
And Humio is nowhere.
Humio is nowhere to be seen, correct? Humio's not coming to save you.
if we disregard trigonometry, are the people in the balconies still
That's a
unaffected?
In the
Great
20-foot
question.
balcony. It's
That's a
true.
great
We
question.
disregard trigonometry.
Well, the ones in the northern balconies are certainly far enough away. They're more than 30 feet away to begin with. But yeah, I didn't actually put people in these other balconies, but we can assume that there were people in them, and that some of them would be afraid, yes. So they would be running too. So there are people running out of the balconies, or at least cowering in the stairways like you. But notably, like the Duke and Lavasvia and Sethic and the other nobles with them, they don't care at all. They're watching. So yeah, no one else has anything to do unless they want to tell me. Then Locatus goes again.
So once I'm out of eye shot, can we act at all, or is it just?
I think I don't know.
I don't know. I'm asking because I want to do something to maybe save Bob.
Right? That would be nice, wouldn't it? I don't know. I think you're supposed to run away. I think that's all it is. I don't think there's a.
It's actually terrible that Bob didn't run.
Well,
Well,
it
was a
made
choice.
it so we didn't. Yeah.
He did this on
Right.
purpose. This is how he ensures single combat. Frightened. Yeah, because if unable to flee, you may fight. I think you just have to keep running as fast as you can, or get hidden. I don't think you can do stuff.
Nothing to be done there.
Bob, you need to Moloch teleport out of this bitch because you're gonna die.
Oh, wait a second.
Oh my god.
That is a hit for displacement, everybody.
And the -3 on the
I'm
stream.
-5.
-5 because the D20. Yes, correct. Okay, so first off, that 24 is now a miss with a -5. The 37 and the 30 are still hits. The 30 is a threat.
Does it matter if he's grappled?
Grappled actually probably lowers his AC. You're probably right.
Oh god. Oh god, Boris.
I'm
You
just trying to keep
you
it
just
honest.
killed him. Grappled has a -4 dexterity. Yes. So
Oh, that's
it's
so
-3.
bad.
Yeah. So the 24 becoming a 19 is still a miss though. But the other two are hits. The last one's a crit. Let's see if I roll my displacement checks though. Boom, boom. The first one's a hit. The crit misses again though.
Yes, Bobby.
We got something going for you. So 29. And he's done. Bob, it's your turn. You're grappled. The barbed devil has you grabbed with its claws. You have hero points. What do you want to do with them?
Live.
Can I Moloch teleport the fuck out of this bitch?
I don't think you can Moloch teleport now. Do you have any spell on your list you can cast for free?
My armor?
Well, no. I mean, is there any what spells do you have?
I've got tons of spells.
Can you heal yourself?
Yeah, with my fucking armor.
Oh.
You have invisibility, I think.
While he's grappling.
Yeah, while he's in.
Grappled. Yeah. So it's a
Also,
bad time
remember, based on what happened to Thors, if you are grappled by one of those devils, they will impale you for free on their next turn. That's how Thors die.
and that's how you're.
That's how you're about to die, Bob.
Alright, can I use a hero point to ungrapple myself?
Well, at the start of your turn, you make a grapple check to see if you get out of it. You can use a hero point to get a +8 on it.
Do I have to decide that now?
If you decide after the roll, you only get a +4. Or you can
Does he have
re-roll
to?
it.
Does he have to overcome that 38?
No, he has to overcome the CMD of the creature.
Oh, okay.
A
Which
new
is
roll
still pretty
with his CMB.
Yeah, he makes a combat maneuver check or an escape artist if he's better at that, but he's not. Versus his CMD of the opponent.
Can he pray to Moloch for an answer on how to get out of this alive?
I mean,
Or
Joe doesn't have one, so.
Joe built this to kill us.
Yeah, Joe built
No.
this machine to kill us.
Well, he's yes, but he hates you. You killed his cousin. You were very mean to his cousin.
Fuck his
Very
Yeah, so
cousin.
pray to Moloch, be like, hey, remember the last time we dealt with this family? Be like,
Do the
Yeah,
thing.
let's do that. Hey Moloch,
Yeah.
I need to kill another one of these fucking guys. Please help.
That's reasonable. That's Molochian.
That's
Maloshian.
literally that's the prayer.
What did he say last time? Did you even do something last time?
I think that's what it was worse last time. Actually,
It was worse last time. This
Higher
is slightly
level.
better somehow.
This is the betrayal foretold.
This is it. Everybody ran away from you, Bob. I was going to give you the Divine Power spell, but that doesn't even give you health. That just makes you big. If you want to use a hero point and pray, I'll cast Divine Power on you. But I'm not sure it's going to make you survive.
Doesn't it make
Yeah.
you Super Saiyan?
All right, let's fucking do it, boys. Yeah, why not?
Let's go. Let's go.
All right, so
If I'm gonna die, I might as well die at 0 hero points, right?
I mean,
True hero.
wrong.
so you get super big. You're still
Grapple this, bitch.
roll a straight D100 to see if the act of growing shakes off the Vark devil.
What's he got to beat?
That he got it. Right.
Oh yeah, boy, it's set.
Hey.
So you pray to Moloch, and he makes you super big. And you also have +1 on attack rolls, damage rolls, strength checks, and strength-based skill checks for every 3 caster levels you have. So it's +6 to attack rolls, strength checks. He's casting the highest level. 1 temporary hit point per caster level, so I'm just going to heal you for 20 hit points.
You're not-
God damn it, Bob.
Oops.
No,
That's
not the
not
Barb
right.
Devil.
Not
The
the
Bob
Barb
Devil.
Devil.
Not the Barb Devil.
Well, that one wasn't even hurt yet, so that's fine.
Wait, if Bob kills this guy, does the fear get shook? It has to. The thing is dead.
You
source
run
of
away
fear
from
is
it.
that.
Yeah, I would say yes.
Bob, kill him, and I will save your life.
All right, here we go, boys.
So you also, as a result of this, you have haste. So your Nero haste you can use for the other thing. Like you can use it for whatever the other options are.
Like heal yourself.
Is that an option in Nero's thing? I don't think so.
Oh.
But he can make a
take
+2 to hit.
two. Plus-
All right, Bob.
You take
so
an extra action to slam a potion.
He used the hero. You can only use 1 hero point a turn unless you're using it to not die. So he used his hero point to pray and get swole.
Okay. All right, Bob, just do it. Just do the thing.
I'm gonna kill Vodka Face.
You're gonna kill Vodka Face.
That's his name.
Vodka.
But you only have the 1 hero point. It's gone now.
Oh,
All
that's not
right.
good for
You do have a +6, I said, right?
Yes.
And you have a +2 from your Nero thing, but that counteracts your -2 from being shaken. But a +6 to hit and damage, right? Attack roll, weapon damage rolls, and strength. Okay. So yeah, so you have +6, so that is a hit, and a miss.
Even with mine on his shaken bullshit.
Sorry?
The other
He,
guy.
he's shaken too.
Shaken isn't an AC thing, it's a -2 to your d20s.
No.
What about the Raven Fieldman?
That strength, not dexterity, doesn't affect armor either.
Okay. I clearly don't know.
Good checking though. So yeah, so hit, miss. So you hit him for 45 damage.
Bob, throw the flame.
I get to hit him again. don't
Throw
I?
the flame! You do get to hit him again, and you get to throw the flame. This is getting worrisome for me now. I'll get 3. I'll add that right now.
Flame damage. Okay.
The
Yeah,
other.
you get another flame. You hit him twice.
Yeah.
And that does hit for 22. Oh, also, all of your damage rolls have a +6 on them, don't they?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you hit
yeah.
him times.
That's
And
it.
That's enough. He is on
Bobby!
the ground bleeding to death, Bobbert.
Oh, I'm gonna go kill everybody. Here I go killing again.
Oh boy.
100%, I'm gonna vote for Nero for hero point, but
That was pretty heroic, though.
So yeah, how do you want to do that, Bob? Explain your attack. You pray to Moloch, and again, you feel this warmth. You feel like this it's not a loving warmth because Moloch is not a loving god. So it's not like this. Oh, this is all great. You feel like the fires of hell bubble up from within your stomach, and you double in size. And then what do?
I use my crab mallet to large man, little hammer. I use my crab mallet to just obliterate vodka sauce effects. And I don't know, I crush him. I play whack-a-mole with his stupid face.
You do it like
He's
Kratos
not wearing a
style.
helm, despite the token. His photo shows the handout shows it much better. He's not wearing a helm, so you just bash him with your crab mallet.
Yeah.
till the guts come out.
Oh god, yeah.
You get super swole. You throw off the thing grappling you. It had like its claws in your arm. You're just like, no.
I actually
then-
said grapple this bitch. Well,
That's it. Whoa.
yeah,
And then again, you have your crab mallet, and you're just smashing him in the head with a crab mallet.
yeah.
And after the first 2 hits, you look at him, and he's like obviously like stunned, like what's happening right now, like, and then you just the last one cracks his skull open. Well, he's not dead actually; he's dying on the ground.
So now that he's dying on the ground, Bob's gonna like hover over him and be like, "Who does Moloch like now?"
the devils are still alive.
Yeah, no, I know, but
Okay, just making sure.
he came in talking all this shit that I wasn't the real
The real deal.
Does
real
Bob,
McCoy.
does Bob have death now or something like that?
Yeah, I do.
Is that like how do
You'd have to cast it.
It's a standard
Rough.
action.
I
You can do
can't
it
do it
next
right
turn if there's no
Okay.
result. All right, so
Just
Brexter. I'm gonna say
asking.
Brexter's gone, but Iwan, you're not afraid anymore. I assume Bob roars or something. He said.
I've been screaming the whole time.
So something cues you into the fact that Lokadis is dead. There's
Okay.
cheering. Let's just say the nobles are all cheering too. So where did you?
Well,
run to?
Iwan could assume that also means Bob's dead. She didn't-
That's true. And you
But
might have
she's
gotten
not
very
afraid.
far away. Did you wait by the door, or would you have kept going, basically?
Well, I think she would have gotten out the door and then looked behind her, and if nobody was following her, just probably run at that point, right?
Okay.
So, whatever it would. So she'd be 50 plus. What is this? Oh, she's hasted, right? So
Yes. But you can just do the number of turns. So basically, you got that far and you ran for 1 full turn because it happened on round 2 is when you started running. So you can just say you're 2 rounds worth of movement away, or 1 round from the door, basically. So
Right.
you can probably teleport back all the way.
yeah. So I can teleport to the door is the point.
Probably even further, right? Because you.
What's
you
the
teleport
range of
further.
your teleport?
It's
I thought-
110 feet.
Like, didn't we?
And
Have
well,
tele-
yeah, if you were
Wow.
hasted running, yeah. So yeah, maybe it's 100 feet to the door then. So yeah, probably you
Right.
teleport to the door.
Like, haven't we been like teleporting to like Sonara and like other stuff?
Well, she has multiple teleports.
I don't have any of those. I don't have any of those. I don't have any of those slots left from all the other shit that we did.
Okay.
Fortunately, because she would have been out of the town.
Oh, yeah, true.
So
Just hanging out
that was
in
actually
Sonara.
quite fortunate. Okay, so yeah, so she'll teleport as close to the door as she can. Probably
Okay.
like she probably won't be able to get inside, but if she can see the barb devil here, so that's
Yep, that's a move
Yes.
action to do that teleporting thing, yeah?
correct.
That's really
Correct.
good.
Yeah. So that's that. And then, gosh, what can I do with what I've got?
Acid jet! Acid jet!
I don't think it can reach, and I don't think I can use another. I mean, I've got a level 3 spell, I think. Yeah. So she'll peer in, see this, and I guess do this guy on the bar devil that's closest. Maybe actually, let's say the bar devil that's furthest from her. So, the guy in the back, this guy.
Okay. And...
So do your fort save.
Alright, cool. Cacao.
Yeah.
I made it, so I take half, so 14. And I don't get shook.
Right.
Alright, cool. Alright, Dern, you're up there cowering in the balcony. But you are no longer cowering.
So Dern shakes it off and he gets pissed. And he booms as loud as he can and he says, "Enough of this chicanery." And how does charge work with the haste? Can I go 90 feet?
You can go double your speed when you charge. So you
And
can
my
go
sp-
120 feet.
Okay.
Straight line.
Yeah, I'm gonna just straight up hit this guy that grappled Bob.
Okay. So you charge in,
And I pounce him because I'm
Okay.
vicious.
he is covered in barbs. As one would imagine. So as you get close, you realize just how many barbs there are and how sharp they are. And go ahead and thrash on him.
If I'm 5 feet away, do I get subject to the barbs?
You think you're gonna get hurt real bad doing this. As you move in doing your anime charge, and as you're about to thresh, you realize how spiky this is, and you're gonna be hurting yourself doing this.
If I used my reach, I'd still get hit, right? Would Dern? I mean, Dern would stop knowing this would happen, or do you want him to hit it?
Make a perception check to see how soon you move. That's a valid.
Okay.
And you have a sword. You're not clawing him, right?
No, I got a falchion. Yeah.
A falchion, yeah. Okay, so you notice. You as you're getting in, like you have your sword up, and you were gonna just run the guy through, and you realize, holy shit, this guy's got like 5-foot long spikes all over his body. And you realize
So he was going for the anime slice, but he'll hit the brakes and like try to stop in the air. Exactly. And then he'll still try to do a nice flourishing attack.
Okay, but you can still pounce, right? Yeah.
I can still pounce,
With
yeah.
reach.
So I guess
Go ahead. And
Guess
do you have any
that's it.
penalties when you use your reach ability? Do you have like a minus AC or anything?
No.
Why don't you just have it all the time?
No.
Awesome. Oh, cool. There's a threat in there. A 30 is a hit. A 16 is a miss, even with charge. A 25 is it hits because it's a threat. A 20, the confirmed is 24, which is enough with the charge. So that is 30 slashing damage, and then it's 27 and 28. So remember, it's 30, 54. Sorry, 30, 57, and then 70, 85.
he also has to make a fort save or be staggered. The DC 21.5.
That's also massive damage.
In one hit. I've
Yeah,
already
the-
forgotten the number now because I'm bad at everything. I'm gonna
Crit,
do it one by
well, I
one.
mean, the crit was 50.
Correct.
55.
He has
56.
DR, so hold on.
Or do we round up?
He has.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's gonna take 20 from the first hit, and then the second one was what did you say, 55? 55. He takes 45 of it, so it's not massive damage. And then and you're gonna scare him. He's scared.
And he also has to roll a fort save or be staggered.
Okay.
I got that.
He made that,
He got that, yeah.
and,
And
you
that's it.
don't take barbs because you're far enough away. He does not like.
If you're out,
Yeah.
Yeah.
remember that you have another hit.
Oh, you have haste.
Yes, yeah, sorry. Sorry.
Haste.
There's a lot of things happening. Oh my god, those are all threats. That's
But
crazy.
only the first one, but yes. Wow, yeah, so that's a hit for...
That's ridiculous.
That is 56 damage.
That's
So he
massive.
takes 46 of it. No, his DR is came from massive damage just barely.
You don't want us to have another nerd smearing about dice?
Yeah, that would have been it.
I mean, you guys... that's a lot of crits.
Wait, I can't scroll up. What were the numbers?
He got hit with a 39, confirmed
Yeah.
it with 36, and then his other one hit with a 31. 19 would not have confirmed the second, even with a charge. The third one, he rolled a 27 and would not confirm
Gotcha.
it with a 14. So well, he only actually crit the first time anyway. He's afraid. He's very afraid. That's Dern. So Vors, you're over here in the corner.
I would go to a balcony, I guess. Oh, not the one with Levassia. Fuck it.
I was waiting. So you're gonna run to the other balcony?
No, actually, I'm probably gonna go run to be with my friend.
Okay, so you burst through the door. You can move that forward. You can make 5 more feet than that if you want.
Oh, I won't be near her though. How
Yeah,
far is
right
this to the
below
other
her.
balcony?
You were here, right?
You were in this corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could run 40, 50. You can get there.
You're with Brexter, your boy.
Can I attack?
Boop, bobble. You can shoot once from up there, yes.
Alright, shoot once.
At what?
Yeah, that one.
That one? Alright, so I take off rapid shot. Haste doesn't. Well, I'm going to leave haste on because I think you do +1 also, but I'll mash the button. Only the first one matters. You can't do multi-shot though.
Right.
Multi-shot is not a button I can choose, apparently. I'll just use the haste shot then. Anyway, so 29 hits for 20 piercing damage. He takes 10 of it.
Does he?
Yes, why?
Because I got a magic bow.
Is your weapon good?
No.
It needs to be
Okay.
good.
Needs to be like a 4 or 5, I think, to beat that. Plus 4, plus 5.
So Barb Devils go, and they don't like this. They don't like this at all. This one down here is going to try to flank Bob.
Wait. Do the Lantern Archons go at some point?
At Nero's
Yeah.
turn. Did I forget
Okay.
them last round, Nero? I might have forgot them last round.
Yeah, it's okay. Whatever.
I'll do them twice this next turn on Nero's turn. Well, let's do them now because they might have killed this thing. So they'll attack the Barb Devil that's injured. Magic number is a 16 on touch, so hit, miss, miss, hit, hit, miss. Okay, so
The
6.
23 is a threat.
Oh, okay. So let me roll one more to complicate matters. It'll be the second one in this one. A 16 is a confirmed crit. Okay, so I gotta add up stuff now. So 21 hits for 6. Let's do it. And then the 23 is the crit for 5, and 4 is 9. Good work. And then that is a hit for 5 and a miss for 3, so 5. And then that's the one, so 5 more. Okay. So I think he's still alive. Let's see. He's still alive. Alright. So the Barb Devils go. This one 5-foot steps and tries to thrash on Bob. They are flanking, but they only have a +2 now because Vakadis is dead. That is a miss and a hit for 29, unless you have something to your AC, which I don't think you do.
He's blurry.
And tries to grab
He's
you.
blurry. Yeah.
Sorry?
It's blur. It's displacing.
Oh my god!
Everything's so blurry.
You gotta tell me, Bob. You gotta remember this one time. He missed, so there you go. Alright, and then
Dead so many times over.
Yeah. Right.
the very injured one.
Run away. It's good for you.
I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it.
Right.
His morale says he doesn't, so he's gonna thrash on you. +2 to hit, so the first one is a hit, the second one is a miss. I'll roll the
Blur.
first one this time. He missed. Low is good.
Damn, I need one of those.
No, no one needs any of this. I should have reminded you about them. They're the worst. Nero, you're awake.
I just run. That's it.
Plank, plank, plank.
I guess my Archons go again.
Oh, yeah.
Aren't you unafraid now?
He's unafraid, but he's just to walk back.
Gotta get back.
Like, he's running back.
Chain,
So you, you far away.
Oh, shit, I did. Hold on. Hold on. We've had so many Archons, and I feel so stupid that I haven't done.
Pew, pew.
I've made one. It's too quiet, but I'll fix it better. Anyway, so shot at the Barb Devil. Miss, 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 miss. 23 is another crit. So those are both hit. Wrong one. So those are both hits for 6 and not a crit, so just 6. Still standing. Vakadis is dead. Bob, the Zoob. Oh, I should
Dude,
roll.
the Bob, the hero.
Bob, what are you gonna do, Bob?
I mean, Dern, you can take the little one, right, buddy?
Yeah.
The little one. At the
The
same
one with
size.
a littler health bar.
I told you I'm gonna fuck that guy.
Alright. you fuck that guy, I'll fuck number 2.
Alright.
Alright, here we go, boys.
Let's go, Bobby.
Hold on, my UI's freaking out again. Here we go. I hope
Yep.
all dice.
It must
Here
be
we go.
nice to
Boom.
have a UI.
Right?
Right?
We'll all have
Privilege.
UIs in the new VTT. We'll all have UIs. Everybody gets one.
I can't wait. UI's for everyone.
Sync RPG 3.
Only the first one hits, because you have +6 on all these. And it's +6 on damage.
I
it's
get
29.
to go again in a minute if you please hold the fuck on.
What's your again? Oh, you have Hostag. Oh, and you're using your Nero thing for +2 to hit, because you're smart and do that. So you have a +8 to all those. That's still a miss. He does not care about your fire damage. And he is afraid of you.
I get to hit him again now, right?
You do with your haste.
Yeah.
And you get your first roll and you get a +8 on it.
Hold on. I'd like to hit the offense button if it would let me.
Alright.
It would be so kind.
That's
Oh,
a threat!
shit.
Roll it again! Roll it again!
Yeah, nerds. Yeah, nerds. Yeah, nerds.
So that is 53.
Hold on, I'm not done.
Oh no, triple! You go triple. So
Oh my god.
just roll it again. We'll use the first one again. I want to keep this clean. So 53 uh,
74.
74. That makes sense. Sure.
Minus
We
10.
just roll massive damage again, or
I have to. Well, he doesn't take 10 3. But yeah, roll massive damage. He just rolls a DC 15 fort save. That's all it is.
yeah.
And he made it. Just very.
Doesn't he have?
Well, hold on, I'm not done yet, right? I got fire on all those other hits, right?
You're right.
Yeah,
he has a
he
minus
was
2 because he's scared, but that's still not enough.
So is that 3d6 or is that 2d6?
It's 1d6. You
But
only hit him once.
I got the thread and then the...
Doesn't he ignore the fire?
Oh, he doesn't care about fire. Also,
Yeah,
yes,
that's fine. I can intimidate him again.
You're right.
Yeah, that's why you're raising your hand.
Yeah.
He takes a -2 to saves from being near Bob, just by Bob's very nature, and he takes
Or
a
a menace.
saves from the intimidate.
Oh,
Get
Bob.
fucked.
Bob, do you have a very nature? What is that? What does he mean by your very nature?
I've got an aura of something
Menace, I think, right?
that really fucks with his vibes.
Is it all saves? Or is it only
You're of
specific
anti-vibe, yes.
saves? Is it
His
all
general
saves?
vibe. It's not a 6. It's fine.
No, seriously, is it all saves? I'm curious. Just like theory saves. I thought it was. Does anyone actually know?
Who knows? Someone knows here.
Aura of Despair. Someone's supposed to know how to play this guy. Aura of Despair. All enemies within 10 feet after 8th level take a -2 on all saving throws. Yes, so he has a -2 to his saving throws, and he has a -2 from being shaken. So he has a -4, which means
So
he
he's
rolled a
dead.
14 on a DC 15.
And he explodes.
Massive damage. So, how do you want to do this, Bob? Describe how you hit the devil.
I look at Vodka Sauce face
He's
and I
bleeding death on the
say,
ground.
he's bleeding to death, but he's still conscious, right?
No, he's not.
Oh. I look at him, I look at his like unconscious body, and I scream, "Is this what you wanted?" And then I just start smashing this thing in the stomach.
You crush it. You smash its stomach
Yeah.
specifically.
In the stomach, rib cage.
You
John.
get hurt while you do that, but it's not enough to matter, so I'll do it in a second.
Does the displacement?
I
Counter
don't
the,
think so.
the barbs.
It's not an attack, it just happens.
Yeah. Okay.
So you take, as you're hitting, you only hit him once though, to be fair, so you can take it once. You take 7 damage, so as you're smashing him, like one of the barbs spears your arm. But you're fine. I win. You watch as giant Bob is smashing things.
I will come up and launch some acid at the
Yes.
barb devil that's still up there.
Yeah!
It's gonna miss and hit Bob in the eye.
A 15 touchy is a miss. Do you have anything in your sleeve? I guess you would have used your Nero Haste for a +2 to hit.
Well, no, I had to use the Nero Haste to get in
Okay.
to where I am.
Fair enough. Okay. So that's a miss, yeah. 16 is the best.
Does he have any minus anything from his shaken thing?
No, shaken is your D20, is not your AC, as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
So no. He's done. Dern. Of House Dern.
Dern's finishing this.
You gonna do this.
And then Dern will swing and say, anyone who opposes the Empire will suffer the fate of this one. And he'll point at the one who Bob's just smashing the guts flying everywhere
With a crab hammer.
with a tiny little hammer. There I am. Okay.
Alright, that is a confirm. You rolled a 44 on the
A
confirmation
44,
roll.
that's good.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, so that first one hits for 56 damage. Oh, he only takes 46 of it, but yes. He's already dead. Are you... Like, you basically decapitate him with that first swing. Are you just going ham on him, or what?
I fully, I sushi him up.
Okay, yeah, so you take his head off, and he's still standing while you levy the other blows on him.
I try to cut the other limbs too, if I can.
That is a confirmed... That's not a confirmed crit on the second one. I guess he's dead.
If he's like,
Yeah, he's dead. I'm gonna go with
Don't-
it is a confirmed crit on the second one.
yeah.
For 50 damage. And that last one... 9 is a miss, even...
I do have an extra attack, but I won't bother.
Yeah, so he's at
take,
negative
take
84.
another limb off.
No, I might actually move. I can move, right, or no?
You can move 5 feet because you made more than one attack.
Come to Vorse. Come to Vorse.
Wait, where's Vors? Oh, you're up
On the
there.
balcony.
You can only move 5
Oh.
feet,
Wait,
Why-
you don't get a full move like with the.
He took a full attack. He
A full
attacked
attack.
twice. If you do that, you can.
Gotcha.
No, I'll go to this guy because I do want to cut him out of his armor. His naked body.
All right. Well, everything's dead now. Vukadus
Is it?
Specs is on the ground bleeding to death. So, Vors, you're up on the balcony.
Shoot him in the face.
I will like acrobatically
Fall on your face.
I'm gonna hop over the balcony and is there like a tapestry or something there that I can like slide down?
Swashbuckle down.
Captain
Sure, you
Blood,
can
I love it.
swashbuckle down. Let's use an acrobatics check. You're gonna climb or acrobatics?
Which one's better?
Dude, acrobatics for sure. Come on. dude.
Acrobatics. It's better.
Yeah.
I'll catch you. Don't worry.
Bob's huge. He'll catch you.
I'm huge. I can just one step away.
Yeah. Well, climb's 15, acrobatics is 13.
So you're gonna climb. You're not gonna look as cool doing it, but you'll be safe.
Yeah, you're not looking
Yeah, I'm gonna make fun of you. You got no
Acrobatics.
kills, and now you're not gonna
Yeah, you're
jump down
fine.
the thing.
He's here for the boys.
You get over
Yeah.
the edge. You don't do anything like amazingly acrobatic, but you shimmy down the thing and look pretty cool doing it. And again, all the walls have this illusory fire on it, so he's like shimmying down or wreathed in flames as he gets down. And then what do?
Go give Bob a fist bump.
Giant fit.
Boom.
Just ugh.
All right, Nero. Are you back, or how long are you running for?
You're muted, Nero.
He's muted.
Nerd.
Okay.
Let's assume that the Lantern Archons book it out of the room when there's nothing left to kill and go straight to Nero. And Nero comes back into the room wreathed by Lantern Archons and carrying wine that he snatched from a halfling. Drinks?
I'm here to party.
All right. So Bob, Vukadus is coughing up his last breath. Do you do anything to aid him?
Yeah, we're gonna death now, I suppose. Let's.
Okay.
What does that do for the
Right.
viewers?
It's a thing that we do. where
Don't
I
describe
take-
the spell because it doesn't matter because the combat's over. But what does it visibly look like? What is Bob doing, surrounded by all of the most important people in Shelly X except for the Queen? What is Bob doing?
This is where I suck the soul out with my hand, right?
Yes, you empower yourself. You gain strength and spell power and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
what are
do it,
you
dude.
doing? What does it look like to
Wait,
certain
wait,
people?
wait. You could just like mouth to mouth suck it out too.
No,
Whatever
Bob.
you're into, mouth to
Bob.
anything. Whatever you're into.
Bob, is that you?
What does Bob do?
Mouth to no,
Just describe it. This is important. What do you want to do in front of all these people?
Bob puts his hand over the stump. Well, his head's smashed the way that Bob played it, right? So there's nothing there. So Bob
Well,
puts
he's
his
not
hand over
dead,
the
so his
stump
head
of his
isn't like
neck.
liquefied. So like
Yeah.
there's a big crack in his head basically, and he's bleeding profusely, but he's alive and gurgling.
Oh. Alright. Well then, I get a empty wine glass and I pour out some of the blood from his mouth into the wine glass. And I drink that, and while I'm doing that, I am, with my left hand, sucking out his soul.
All the while I have my head up. Yeah, go ahead, keep going.
That's it, that's it.
There you go. And as you're doing this, you have like a bowl on your chest, your holy symbol basically, the ashen bowl. It's glowing like fire basically. It's pulsing. And as you're doing it, fire comes out of the nostrils. It just shoots out like under your nipples basically in both directions.
He's giant.
You're
He's
a
huge.
giant with your hand down the ground drinking blood, and your armor just like explodes into flame.
Yeah. that
And
sounds
there
like
is uproarious applause from all the balconies.
Bob. So... What now?
We're gonna call it there because it's midnight.
Latvia? Oh god.
God.
Is combat actually over?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop the music.
Do we notice anybody not clapping?
AKA Lavasia.
Everyone tell me a perception check. That's a great question.
You got me, Joe.
Oh yeah, I can do you. Why not? That's fine. That's fine.
Let's study Lavastia too.
Sure.
But
Man, my perception has been so bad today.
Get glasses, nerd.
No, you believe everybody's clapping. Vors rolled extremely well. Even Lavasvia is clapping, and she seems kind of enthused about it. She's seeing this sort of display. She actually does seem kind of intrigued, and she's clapping with everybody else. You do notice that the Duke is kind of like just passively, performatively clapping. Like he doesn't he cares so little about you. He didn't care which way this went, and he was mostly uninterested in the entire thing. Again, this was like props to him, and he's more like he's somewhere else in his mind.
Or the dancing bear.
Yeah, exactly. The dancing. All right, so we're gonna call it there. That was hilarious. So morals MVP. What you
Got a
guys
lot of morals here.
MVP Bob for sure.
Why?
Yeah.
What did he do?
Bob is a friggin' hero. I don't know what you had planned, Joe, but you did not kill your brother this time.
I plan to kill my brother. Is what yeah.
Well, we got morals here. We got
That probably would have been a TBK if you hadn't
Yeah.
indulged us.
Yeah, I wonder what would have happened if I just made 3 of you run away instead of 4 of you. Cause like, if, I don't know. Anyway, it is what it is. Morals.
we bought some commerce.
We bought some commerce. Yes.
Shush, you're not there. If you drink it, hopefully you will drink it. We'll be up to you.
I like that.
He'd also chat up the hottie. Just get your best guy and your worst guy to watch her. Teeth taste the best. Heavens no, or I guess she'd say hells no. Do you like violence? Talk shit, get eaten. Don't talk about Humio that way. He's doing his best and his worst. Yeah, I'll fuck that guy. And then Vodka Sauce Face goes on a huge rant about how he murdered his family, and Bob says, "Oh yeah, we did do that, didn't we?"
No, you specifically murdered him. Like you all had a hand in
Bob
murdering
did
him.
it again too.
Bob killed 2 Fexes. Yes.
This is the wow.
Can't wait for Bob to get a title like Fex Killer.
Fexbane.
Fex.
All right. So are you voting with doohickeys emojis, or do you want to just say it out loud?
Yeah,
I like Do You Like Violence?
I like Do You Like Violence?
with the GIF.
What did you call it?
GIF.
GIF, the GIF GIF.
You called
GIF
it-
GIF is the unoffensive way to say it properly.
GIF.
For everybody.
Okay, so is Do You Like Violence winning? Is that what we're up to? Nero's trying to rejoin. Oh, there he is.
Oh god, Nero. He's holding a doll.
He's holding like an Adventure Time penguin.
I think talk shit, get eaten is also a pretty apt quote for this session.
Yes.
I'll vote for 2 and let the rest shake out.
All right. Is anybody else voting? Talk shit, get eaten. We have the tie. Talk shit, get eaten is running away with it right now with 3 votes.
It's hot. Oh, the other one tied.
I unvoted for Do You Like Violence.
Oh, okay, fair enough. All right.
Black
so-
chicken eaten.
All right, talk shit, get eaten is the moral, and MVP is anybody voting for not Bob other than Nero, who never votes for anybody but Nero.
That's Bob all day. That was amazing, Bob. Well
Yeah.
done.
Kind of nice because the past 2 fights basically we fought without him, and this one everybody else was gone, and he finally fought. So
There you go.
balance is out, I guess.
Oh, that was in secret. Oh no, Nas. Now they all know.
Now we all know.
Now you all know that I made a typo on my last Nero. And wrote Eeyore.
All right. That's the session. Thanks for playing.
Shout out. Oh wait, do all the things. Shout out Bob.
Do.
Shout out Bob. Everyone in YouTube land, make sure you like this video, dislike it twice if you didn't like it. Anything helps. Smash that subscribe button for sure. If you like the content, make sure you check that bell so that you get notified every time we put out a new video. Leave a comment down in the doobly-doo. Vote for your favorite MVP NPC. Shout out Bijo.
Hey, Joe.
Joe.
Shout out the Lackalognitas.
Gemi, that new person that followed us. That's incredible. Tell 10 other people.
Tell 10 of your friends. Make sure you share it on Twitter, Facebook,
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, Google Plus, corporate
TikTok.
because it's not for people anymore. Talk about it on
Plus doesn't
TikTok.
exist.
It doesn't exist. It's gone.
No, it exists for companies now.
Does it? I don't know.
Yeah.
We also had another YouTube subscriber just before the session. It was
Yeah, shout out that person.
Shout out that person for sure.
We're up to like 4 subscribers. We're making it, guys. This is it. We're famous.
Leave a comment if you think we should live stream the sessions.
Yes. All right, and rest in peace, Sync RPG.
Rest
This
in
is the
peace.
last Sync RPG session.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna try to convert it now that we're at a good stopping point. So
Oh God.
anyway, why?